Hello, friends and foes, fays and fiends, and welcome to Quests and Chaos. My name is Alondra Heilman, aka Lady Bedivere, and tonight I finally return as your heist handler for Keys from the Golden Vault. Tonight we are beginning our level 9 adventure, Affair on the Concordant Express, and this will be the beginning of the end, as we are going to play the next and final 3 modules of the book straight through and wrap up this campaign, y'all!
Hell yeah!
But before we do that, a little bit of business. I haven't had to do this in so long, I forgot the order of operations. It's great. As always, the Golden Vault is sponsored by the Deck of Inspiration. You can get your own decks to spice up your game at shop.questsandchaos.com, or you can get your print-and-play version on DriveThruRPG. Also available on DriveThruRPG are our really fun initiative trackers that I can't show you because we're not going into initiative right now, so they're all tucked in a different pocket. But we've got those. You can check those out if you would like to use some of the same tools that we do to spice up your game. And now we're going to spice up that game because our wonderful Patreon patrons have allotted us cards. Normally these things reset at the end of the month, but because our game is modular and weird, and it's 2 days before the end of the month, these will go by module. They will sustain through module, and we will recycle that. So first, we have one card for the players from Squeal the Bard.
Hey,
A or B?
Hey.
Hey.
We got the cult. Yay!
Yeah.
As a bonus action, pull a spectral NPC out of this pouch. They obey your commands until the next dawn. Roll a d4 to determine the NPC from this list. 1, cult fanatic. 2, cultist. 3, thug. 4, priest. Thematic. Once 3 NPCs are pulled from the bag, it is destroyed.
Oh, very nice.
Great. And then from our beloved Cheesecake Fries, for me.
What?
Cheryl, pick A or B for me.
What? Why me?
Because I first made eye contact with you. Great. I got Boosted Minotaur, everyone's favorite energy drink.
Yum.
I'll hang on to that. I don't know who the hell's gonna use that in this module, so good choice.
Thank you.
For your guys' sakes. Then we have cycled over from the arena that didn't quite happen this month, a card for the players from Lee.
Oh.
A or B?
Right. B.
You're right or not right. Theater rules. Yep.
Oh, darn it.
Oh. Need the glasses.
Sphere of Rest. As a bonus action, break. I don't know why I'm doing this. As a bonus action, break this tiny glass dome to create a life-size tiny hut, which can fit up to 10 creatures and lasts for 1 minute. Each creature that spends the minute inside gains the benefits of a short rest.
Ooh.
Oh, very nice.
You're just practicing for your disguise self whenever that comes up. And then we have one card from Red Dead Coquette for me.
Well, okay. A.
Now featuring. Gain the use of any feat for 10 minutes.
Oh,
Very
No
cool.
supply.
that seems like
I
a lot
haven't
of
pulled that
work.
one in a very long time.
Seems like a lot of work to make that card work.
Yes and no, because unfortunately for you guys, I do have a couple of NPCs that I just have their stat blocks memorized because I've used them in other games, so it's real easy to just pull feats for them. Anyway, thank you to our wonderful patrons. Also, our wonderful patrons did a little bit of audience participation for this module. Spoilers, there's a train, if you hadn't figured that out. And this train, per the module, has 3 randomized cars on it, in addition to the stock ones that are always there. So our patrons voted in a little poll to decide which 3 random cars. It was actually going to be 4 random cars because I decided the way you guys play, you need extra obstacles. But there will be 4 extra cars on this. And you can all tune into the After Dark. We'll be doing an After Dark for everyone here on Twitch instead of just on YouTube. You can tune in, and depending on how far we get, I'll tell you about how that went down. It might happen after next episode, just depending. But thank you, patrons, for that fun little audience participation. I might have more for you next week. Our tavern upkeep is at 55% of the something. I don't know. I didn't double check the numbers. But we really appreciate it.
63 last time I looked.
Oh, it's 63. I can't do math. So, but thank you, all of you, for helping us with our tavern upkeep. That is how we keep the lights on and keep these cameras rolling. And part of that is our bits. 500 bits from Jay Matthews. Rowan, go to bed.
Nobody wants.
That's not the J. Matthews bit. That's for the players.
It was unspecified. That means it's for the players.
Okay.
But it's J. Matthews.
I did my DM duty and told his kid to go to bed. So, and then of course from Duke Fleeg, 500 bits. Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you, Your
The cult
Grace.
is a great card. Also didn't specify, so I'm gonna give it to you guys.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yes.
I never remember to use bits anyway. I just roll 8 times behind the table and pick my favorite numbers.
Beautiful.
You know, as is tradition.
I think that's what all GMs do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for
That's
sure.
how you
Yeah.
That's how you GM.
Oh, late breaking news.
Oh,
500 bits from Gangrel Claws
ooh.
for the players.
Cute. Love that.
We're gonna go over to this side.
Oh!
Ezra would be proud.
Apologies if you would like a non-damp bit.
That's okay.
As long as that's
I'll
not the
take a
bit
damp
from
bit.
Somebody clip that,
Saturday.
please.
I don't mind damn bits.
Boy.
Okay,
Lost
starting,
Christy.
starting off strong. We haven't even gotten to Stuart's accent yet.
We did get to an accent.
We got to. Well, thank you, everyone. Let's get into it, shall we? It's been a while since we've played this game in real life. It has been about 4.5, 5 months since the last module we played. So, but it's the top of the module. I don't normally do a huge summary, so I'm just gonna summarize a handful of quick points that might be valuable to remember, and then we are going to check in with our characters and see what they've been up to in the last in-world 3.5-ish months since they were all last on a mission. Priscilla, your handler from the Golden Vault, and Gemma's mom, Petra, are still incommunicado and missing AWOL, something of that equivalent, ever since that Vidrant job went very, very south. Sloan may have started to pick up on some leads related to their missing mentor. Also concerning, because that seems to be related to some activity with these various criminal organizations that you all have been intersecting with. Speaking of criminal organizations, there's definitely still some weird unresolved business between the Power and Plunder, the Silver Finger Society, Vidrant's gang, the Golden Vault themselves, and possibly a group called Steel that you have started hearing rumors of.
Right to the point.
Yeah, it's an acronym. It's not a
I
subtle
was just
one.
gonna say like S
And it-
period T period.
Yeah.
Oh, they spell it like a Bond villain would.
Good,
It is
good.
Steel. Yeah. So there's,
STEAL?
I believe so.
As opposed to the other
A little bit
steel.
on the nose.
Yeah, no, it's very unsubtle. Let me double check the
Man from
spelling
Steel.
for you. Just to make sure I am telling you correctly.
I wonder what they're about.
Yeah, STEAL. It stands for the Syndicate of Terror, Extortion, Assassination, and Larceny.
All
That's
right.
a big umbrella.
They are incredibly unsubtle. I
love
don't know
they
how many times I can say
tack
that.
on and larceny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
larceny. But yeah, so that's
fresh.
a new player that you've been hearing rumors of, which is not great considering everything else that's already in play. All that said, Taz's bar is doing really well. Business is super good. It's a real chill hangout.
Definitely no larceny there.
No,
Don't go in the basement.
it's off limits. Huey comes by and plays sometimes. Hosts the open mic nights. It's a good time.
Great. Those are on Taz's nights off.
Yes, I believe that is canonically established from previous episodes. But yeah, it's been a little bit since you all had a summons. The last time you all had summons from the vault, Gemma, Stuart, Devon, and Taz, you were all sent to the desert regions where the tomb of Zalon sat. Were with the request of a reverse heist, if you will, returning the stolen cursed shard of Zaloan's heart to his petrified body. Meanwhile, Sloane, you were drafted into a second team that was sent up to the rainy, cursed wastelands of the north to help break a horrifying ashen curse, along with some other former Vault associates, such as Risha and Verity, and the newest hyperactive recruit, Oceans. But there's now been a little bit of downtime. That doesn't mean you haven't been busy. Things haven't been going on, but you haven't heard from the Vault in a while. So, what have we been doing in this little bit of downtime? Let's start with an easy one, and let's pop to Taz. Taz, what have you been up to? Anything exciting?
It's been busy in this bar business. Taz has had to unfortunately quell a couple of attempts at unions going on in her establishment. She doesn't buy any of that.
We have another mission.
Yes, we do.
As Taz's philosophy is, she will teach you life skills. You don't need anybody, including your fellow employees, to have your back.
Beautiful.
The bar's going well. She's franchising the Black Rose out a little bit. Now that she's incorporated coffee into her whole shtick, it's a real day-night business now. So,
yeah, you've probably been picking up some pointers from Dave, who is actually very interested in sort of expanding the student bar into maybe a franchise alongside you, because the branding is just. There's just so many cultists at this student bar. It's really, really weird. It's getting a little unsettling. The university administration would really like that to not be happening so much.
There. Yeah. I mean, Taz doesn't love that drawing attention to the other business running in the basement. It's fine.
Yeah.
Keep away from my antiquities.
But yeah, it's been good. It's been pretty chill, pretty low key for you. Stuart, what have you been doing over the last few months? Anything exciting happening?
Stuart's been in a coma. And he's just woken up.
Oh my god.
Being a turncoat member of the city guard, meaning one of the only members of the city guard who actually had ethics and quit because he didn't want to be on the take, sometimes comes with things like unexpectedly getting bashed on the head in a dark alley when you're walking home from dinner. But thankfully your recovery has been not swift, but more or less complete. You actually feel more powerful now than you felt like before you went to sleep, which is like, you're not sure if that's a weird side effect or how that works, but it's like you have new skills at your fingertips.
Stuart has had dreams of explosions. Many, many explosions. And flying.
Beautiful. I love how ominous this is because I, the GM, only barely know what this means, and I'm delighted. Let's pop over to Gemma and Sloane, who haven't necessarily been doing everything together, but I know there's at least one thing that you've been working on together in this meantime.
Business,
so.
books, cave juice.
Yeah. I will say you have earned out for your advance on the book, which is a huge milestone. You actually did that in like a pretty record number of months compared to what most publishing is. Your editor is really questioning if you're going to get a second one going. Like, now would be the perfect time to like ride that hype train. To which you guys, I assume, generally respond, PD, mind your panel. Don't you have other things to be doing? But yeah, that's going well. The business seems to be doing fairly well. Occasionally you get mysterious, threatening notes, which honestly isn't that surprising given the number of criminal organizations that you guys have inadvertently pissed off and or are working with, depending on the given.
Do they come signed at all?
Some of them do. I think the ones from Silver Fingers are very blatantly like full, like wax sealed, nice on, like very blatantly like, hello, this is a threat against your life. Good day. Like, they want to make it very obvious. There's no question that they're pissed at you. Some of them are a little more nebulous. It's like that, like, you know, ransom note style cut out of like newspapers and flyers and tacked together. You're not entirely sure if those are from an actual criminal organization or if that's just some of the orphans trying to like mess with you as a joke.
Or both.
Could be
Yeah.
both.
I just sort of sit them all down one day over goldfish and cheese sticks. All right, guys. Now, the notes are very funny, but it's getting a little out of hand now. I can't tell what's like an actual threat and what is not an actual threat. So if you wouldn't mind, I'm not saying stop. I'm just saying maybe sign it for me so that I know whether or not to take it seriously.
But how do we make an anonymous threat if we gotta be telling you whose we is?
Why don't you sign it Anonymous, and then I'll know.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could do. That's a good gang name, guys.
Yeah.
What if we were the Anonymous?
I think that's great. I think that's awesome. I love it.
Petey sitting on a desk in the back, just shaking his head, sipping a drink. Again, you're still not sure how old Petey is, so this is the hilarious, like, he might be 10, he might be 400. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, like, watching everything go down.
Yeah.
And you guys wanted to investigate some cave juice?
Yeah, we've got it.
Great, okay.
Yeah.
I think we
So-
decided we got real drunk one night and
Yeah.
we're like, it's time.
Yeah. I think that it is time to drink the cave juice. Do you want? I can, and then we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so take the cups and the
I'm
endless.
getting the nice whiskey glasses
Yeah,
for this.
yeah,
God.
and pour it out. I think it was. I don't even remember what it looks like. Was it like sludgy or was it?
Those glasses like permanently
It was
stained now.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of thick and slightly bioluminescent. If I'm
Yeah.
remembering correctly. If it
Okay.
wasn't before, it certainly is now. We've decided it's been festering in the thermos for a while.
Fermenting.
Aged cave juice.
Okay.
Yeah,
go.
sweet.
Was it
aged-
not already?
Great.
We got it fresh from the source.
You-
listen.
You
Yeah.
have to start it in one barrel and then transfer to the
Yeah.
next to make
Yeah.
sure all the flavors incorporate.
Yeah.
Siphon it and yeah.
This
rack
is, of
it.
course, for those of you following along at home who aren't binging this in podcast form after we've released all the episodes. This was the cave juice that was collected from the cave walls underground in the Gnomish village back in Module 5. They've been sitting on this one for a while. Great. Can I please get one of you to roll me? Actually, no, both of you could do this. Each of you roll me a d8. As you pour
There's no
your
contracts required, just straight to effects.
Yeah.
6.
4.
6 of 4. Wonderful. Ooh.
The contracts happen
that's so-
after the immediate blindness.
So good. So good. You pour this cave juice into your cups. It is glowing slightly. It's a little bit, viscous as it pours in. Do you just like straight up like shoot this?
Yep.
Gemma,
Well,
does.
bouquet.
Gemma knocks it back.
I think
Okay.
I've been smelling it for a
Devin,
long
you can
time.
join.
I think I like hold it on my tongue for a little bit with the flavors. I'm too drunk. I
is
can't
great
taste
flavor.
anything. It is all flavor, and then I just swallow it.
Amazing.
It is flavor.
It
It is flavor.
Flavors.
Great. What you get as you shoot this back is initially it's just absolutely the taste of like standing water. Just like water that has been sitting in a like rock pool for ever.
Brackish.
Not pleasant.
Just like
That's more of
Mom
a
used to
salty.
make.
And as you like wash it down, it's got a very earthy back end. Not stony, which is what you would expect because it came from but like actual like dirt. Like that's sort of on the back end.
A hint of mud, perhaps?
Suddenly find yourself not mud, earth, very very different. Gemma, you can absolutely tell the difference.
I'm like, oh yeah.
And you both find yourselves incredibly sleepy.
Oh.
Like in a really soothing, like the mouth taste and the feel is not super pleasant, but like the there's that like slightly like warm, like when you're just cozy drifting off. probably imagine this is what it would be like to die of hypothermia when you reach that stasis point, when you no longer realize that you're dying, and you're just comfortable.
Why are you comparing it
There
to
was
the
just a
guy?
real sharp pivot in that description.
You don't feel anything. You're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sleepy.
Yeah, no, you're just.
And
roll
cold,
some new
ever so
characters.
cold, and there's a light. There's a light in the distance, and you're moving towards it.
The next morning, you wake up and you don't feel great. It's kind of, but honestly, you were really drunk before you drank the cave juice, so it might just be the hangover. To be perfectly honest, what you have consumed
Oh, great.
from this cave juice is actually a mixture. This is why I went ahead and had you all do. It is a mixture of a toxic stagnant pool water and water from something called the Pool of Slumbering Earth.
Okay.
The toxic stagnant water is like just any, it's nothing particularly special. But the Pool of the Slumbering Earth is actually a magical pool that contains water that can put people to sleep.
Oh.
It is actually an incredibly high-grade alchemical item that can be used in potion brewing.
I don't think I would have fallen asleep.
You might not have. Well, the hangover probably took you out, but it probably wasn't
Yeah.
the water. You
Very
were drunk. And I want to give a quick shout out to Nord Games with the Ultimate Guide to Foraging, Harvesting, and Natural Discovery, which I grabbed a table from to roll this one. They were like, "We want to know what the cave juice does," and I was like, "It doesn't do anything. I hadn't picked anything. Crap." So thank you, Nord Games.
Thank you, Nord Games.
Available at shop.questandchaos.com.
Shop.questandchaos.com. It might be this exact copy. Because I just pulled this randomly off the shelves. Anyway. So that's what you've been doing. Unless, is there anything else? Gemma, were you doing anything outside
just
of
like
work or-
continuing my crafting, harassing a bartender. Yeah.
What kind of harassing?
You know what kind.
The channel appropriate kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything to do with shadows in a dark room.
I was gonna say find out in the After Dark, but that's on Twitch.
You can find out the PG-13 version in the After Dark, and then you can get in our Discord and ask questions later.
Can I don't know how to. I'm still looking for Theodorus. Can I roll for something?
I guess I should look for my mom.
Yeah.
No, cave juice. Cave
Tell
juice.
me what means that what channels you're going through to try to find Theodorus and Petra, and then I will have you roll for it to see.
Yeah, I think the last that I heard was that Theodorus had been working with the Silverfinger Society or some, I can't remember. I don't have my notes. I'm sorry.
Golden Beard, who is the current leader of the Silverfingers, having ousted Vidorant in the the clash, right? I believe you learned that he had worked with Silverbeard, and there had been some sort of falling out or something before Silverbeard's disappearance. So I think that was the last main lead that you had. I'll go watch some backlog between this episode and next and confirm that. But...
Yeah, I will do that too. I think from what I remember, Vidorant mentioned knowing
Yes.
Silverbeard, and so I want to see if I can like network a little bit with this, not with. I don't know, because the Silverfinger Society hates me right now.
The Silverfinger Society hates all of you because you work for the Golden Vault and they're like arch nemesis essentially. Vidorant is pretty cool with you guys at the moment and is generally willing to do business if it's business. You know, like if you're willing to drop coin or trade some sort of valuables, services, whatever, like she is open to negotiation on that front. So you could certainly reach out through her and see if she's got any of her network that can find anything out.
Yeah, I would definitely do that, especially since I think Prisoner 13 either won't or can't answer any questions that I have.
there's definitely I think you probably have asked or queried, and there's just it's always kind of gotten dismissed, and you're not sure if that's a can't or a won't.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're gonna check in with Vitorant and Gemma.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular contact or tactic that you would like to?
I think it's gonna depend. Like checking in frequently with mom's
Yes.
partner. Maybe occasionally hosting the little Mephits because that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
With the orphans.
Oh my
Play with the little
god.
Mephits.
So
Cute.
cute.
Yeah.
Adorable.
And then I'll like hit up Dave for any information that might be coming through that grapevine.
Okay.
Maybe send like a feeler out to Mother.
Okay. Great.
Without like,
No.
don't get involved, please.
Yeah. The most casual version of like, I'm not asking for any particular reason, and please don't show up or anything. I'm just wondering if.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll twice. I'm gonna have you. These are D20 rolls. We're kind of doing just like scale of like 1 to 5 bad, 15 to 20 good, middle more neutral. For what kind of results? So you're gonna roll once for Dave's network and once for Mother, and you're gonna roll once for Vitorant.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's like
Thomas?
surprise everyone! You didn't think all of this BS that I was doing was actually going to become important in the game.
In the box. Oh, no.
Mother is a 2, but Dave is a 19.
Okay,
14.
great. So Vitorant sends around some feelers to some of her contacts. What you get back from them is that one of Vitorant's contacts who travels the Underdark found had like a shipment of stuff that they were like trafficking, and some of the items in that load had Silverbeard's Baker's mark on them.
Okay.
They were new items. They did not seem to be used. They seemed to be new items. This was about 9 months ago.
Okay.
Which, you know,
That's
more recent
recent.
than a lot of things that
Yeah.
you've been able to find about him. Mother leaves you on red.
God damn it.
You're not sure what that means. And
I do know what
well, I know you do know what that means. And Dave tells you that he can leverage his Golden Vault associations, since he has now kind of been promoted is maybe the wrong word for now. He's sort of your like on-site local handler since Priscilla has disappeared. But because he now has more administrative capacity, he tells you that he will leverage their information and see if he can find anything. He also says he'll look into Sloane's stuff. You know, he'll check. It's going to be a little bit before he can get to it, because he's going to have to do it on site. You don't want to tap in remotely. They can trace your IP. You want to do it in person. But he says next time he gets called out to headquarters, he can leverage that and try to get some information, because the vault has eyes and ears on every plane and everywhere on every plane. So, and I think this brings us to Devin. Devin, what have you been doing in the last few months?
Camel butter. So once discovering this miraculous substance, see, I think if I can get the locals into this, it's really going to take off. So I've been taking all of my money from helping over at the butcher's shop, and I've been sinking into a food cart. And I have been
Butter on a stick.
spending way too...
Don't give him
Not a
any-
stick of butter. Butter on,
a
a
s-
stick.
Yes,
Is it deep fried?
exactly. Yes,
Okay.
that's the main... I'm working on some other stuff too. It's not... So once it catches on,
Which it has not.
So I might. Okay, look, I might have to. Things might be. I don't want to say desperate, but I might have to like every so often inception someone into actually buying one, but then they really like it, which I think.
I'm not sure if anyone knew that Faerun is actually in Wisconsin, but you're welcome.
So, well, I mean, it is hard competing with the other local butter, like, ooh, we use cows. No, camel butter. So, that's
Where
gonna...
are you getting the camel milk from?
Okay, yeah.
Here in Markenheim.
So that's where a lot of the money is going into, getting it shipped here
Got it,
and
yeah.
in a state that's usable.
Yeah.
I've had that, not work. So I've got to use it pretty quick, which is why I can't do just
Did
on a
you
stick.
import camels or camel butter?
Oh, do I look like I'm made out of camel buying money?
Camel buying money.
Just the cart. So, but this is gonna work. I believe in my product. Would anyone like to buy some?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, all right,
I'll try some.
Yeah, you
Sure.
gain 4 temporary hit points.
We're gonna
For 8
fragment
hours.
These orphans.
How,
I was gonna
how
say,
much does a camel cost? Can Stuart find out how much a camel costs?
Jazz can hook you up
Stuart,
with a camel.
freshly out of
A
his
real cheap
coma.
camel.
You come back, and that's the first thing you
Yeah.
say when you. How much is a camel?
I sit up, I'm like, butter.
in Dungeons and Dragons 5th
Butter on a
edition, a
stick.
camel costs 50 gold pieces.
Yeah,
and has a
that's-
carrying capacity of 480 pounds.
You don't care about the conditions of your camels.
No, they have to. I have to have good camel butter.
I'm sure Varkenheim is not the best place for a camel.
Not really
well,
their natural climate, for sure.
So yeah, then I'd have to pay. That's the other thing too. Where am I going to keep that? That's
Yeah, you are going to
stabling
have
a
to
camel
stable a
is.
camel.
But this is going to work because I believe in it.
Sloan, every so often you come back and you find a bunch of the orphans hanging out in the back with deep fried butter sticks that they are breading and double frying with the Cheez-Its.
Now that's
They're
money.
so smart.
That's money.
That is a layer.
Now, okay, so you're getting paid for this, right?
Huh?
You're
No.
getting a cut. Yeah?
Oh no! We're
They
not.
get to cut
we're,
the butt.
we're not telling him. We're
Oh.
coming up with our own franchise. We got to come up with a rival product.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
cutting me!
Isn't
Yeah.
that what you always said? I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut them where it hurts.
Yeah.
Bastards!
Totally.
Those little bastards! If I find out.
Absolutely.
Petey walks by eating like a cabbage like it is an apple and just looks and kind of goes, I'm getting too old for this. Continues eating vegetables.
Note to self, Petey likes vegetables.
Petey cannot stand
No butter.
deep fried butter.
Veggies. Only.
Everybody's been having a wild and crazy time the last few months, except Stuart, who has been unconscious. but
dreaming of camel.
dreaming of
Getting
explosions.
stronger and stronger every day.
Gonna sleep just like,
Wakes up shockingly ripped. It's weird. But all good things like camel butter stands and comas must come to an end.
Don't say it like that.
As one morning, everyone wakes up, rolls over, and sees sitting on their respective nightstands, floor by the door, wherever is appropriate for wherever your character sleeps, a little golden music box. Look, I know where one of you is sleeping, and I'm trying not to pass. I know where two of you are sleeping, and I'm not passing judgment. Gemma, yours is on Dave's nightstand.
Yeah.
Ow, ow!
It's like,
Yeah.
you couldn't have just handed
course.
it.
He rolls over and looks and goes, oh, I didn't drop that one off. It
God,
just showed
yeah,
up.
Okay.
That would be funny if he delivered it. It's like, it's going on mine.
Yeah. She'll find it faster if it's here. He does kind of grumpily go, oh, I guess that means I should go get the back room ready because there's going to be a bunch of people coming in, huh?
It's time.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna call Sloan on the bracelet.
Do I have your hair bracelet?
Well, I haven't seen Stuart in 3 months, so.
So now I want your
Got back from your last job and
hair.
he disappeared.
Do you want teeth instead? A fingernail? I can make
One
it
ponytail, the other one's a little bit sharp.
Oh no, that's fine. Hair necklace, hair bracelet's totally fine. I think Soda's just like on the floor.
You can't respond, but you get like,
You just hear Gemma's voice.
you too?
You look and like 2 feet away from you is like this music box just right in your line of sight.
That's the extent of that.
The Baroness would like to invest in the camel butter business.
Yes!
Oh,
Thank
Very
you.
good, very good.
An investor.
Your angel investor.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
an investor very literally.
I need seed money bad. This is
Yeah, if you bought seeds, it might be more productive.
Have you considered just gardening?
people already do it. The competition. Where's camel butter? There's no camel butter here. It's
Yeah, it's a real supply-demand issue is the problem.
and I just need to figure out how to find the market.
Yep, that is true.
It's down the road that way. Everybody finds their music box, and you know what that means. It is time to reconvene at the Scholar's Quill. I have to look it up every time. The
I'm pretty sure
Scholar's
that's what it
Quill.
is.
Now a franchisee of the Black Rose Tavern.
Like, a Black Rose Tavern story.
Yes. It's like 10 in the morning because you have all just awakened. But you do know that Dave's good at breakfast.
Yum.
So you all make your way over. Who gets there first, aside from Gemma, who's already there?
I do. I'm sitting on a fresh shipment of butter. This is gonna go bad. And if we're doing this, no, it's got to get used now.
The butter?
The butter.
You're
Our
sitting
breakfast?
like you're
Yeah.
you're sitting outside the door when Dave shows up to unlock. He just looks and goes, I mean, I can like make pancakes or something with that. Is that what you're going
It's
for?
a lot of. Can you make something more buttery?
You yeah, I could do like a laminated dough situation. Croissants. Butter. Have you ever had butter pie?
Is that when you make a pie crust and fill it with butter?
Basically, yeah.
I
No, it's
have
like
to eat a lot of my own product. It's not moving very
yeah.
daily.
Isn't that how they make tarts?
Do you want some carrots while you wait?
Ew.
Okay, just check. How are your arteries doing? Yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay.
They're real big now.
They're very full.
Big and strong.
Okay. Grab that, come on, and he unlocks the door, helps you haul in your crate of camel butter, and sets about to making some breakfast while the rest of you trickle in.
I'm gonna help out.
Sure. Yeah, you guys make a wildly large number of croissants in a variety of shapes, sizes, and fillings. You make the square ones that you can like fill with like a whipped buttercream. Your standard, half moons. You start getting real experimental shapes. You make one that's basically like a breakfast crunch wrap with croissant dough and bacon and jam and stuff inside.
You could do an Alfredo that is just instead of just triple butter, you go quintuple butter.
How much product are you selling, man?
Every day I get a new customer.
And how many days have you been running the
About a
It
month.
sounds like that means there's no repeat customer.
That's what I was
Yeah. Well,
worried about.
are you there?
everybody's trickled in at
I
this point.
think we've all. No. Taz shows up whenever there is an axe to grind in this
There you
particular
go.
situation. No, Taz.
Out of the
just pops
shadows.
Yeah. Taz pops out of a vent you didn't know was there. And she's like, yeah, actually, all my franchises are connected by magical vents. I'm the only one that can use them. Don't worry about it.
I was wondering when that vent showed up.
Yeah, I heard somebody needed to have their business really punched up. So
There you go.
Yes, very good. Okay. Sloan, you eventually kind of drag yourself.
Big sunglasses. The carafe of boundless coffee in my hand, just like dragging my feet. Hey everybody. What's up?
We could make better coffee.
Coffee? Anybody want coffee?
I would love some coffee.
Oh, it's Stuart!
I feel rather rested, but I am going to have some.
Okay.
that's good.
And he burns his mouth.
Oh,
Oh my
love
god!
you.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well,
You know what helps with that? Nice stick of butter.
Stick of butter right in the mouth, and then she's gonna go outside.
If you put the butter in your coffee,
Yeah.
I've heard that's actually, yeah.
Especially if you're doing that keto thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
after Dave cooks you up an incredibly buttery breakfast, and then also makes some nice side salads and fruit bowls and things for those of you who need variety in your diet. I know Devin doesn't, but
I'll make a butter
the rest of
dressing
you.
for
Yeah,
them. It's
sure.
okay.
He
On
lays
the
out
side,
the
of course.
spread
I'm not a monster.
in the back room.
Not at all.
And for the first time, I will actually go look at what this module is.
We're doing a module.
I don't believe
What?
you.
I did
I thought
actually
we were just
read the
messing
whole
around.
thing before we started, which
Have you
is
thought about
not always the case.
Butter cocktails.
You know, fat washing is really popular, and technically butter is a fat, so you could do that.
I'll take a butter cocktail. What time is it?
It's
Time
pretty
for a
early.
butter cocktail.
Yeah. What
Okay,
kind of
Having
alcohol goes in
flashbacks
there?
to
So
I'm gonna try all of them.
that butter would go fantastic on crustaceans.
We are a sea town.
And we do have a shipment of crustaceans in the boat.
The boat?
Yeah, Emma's boat. Her big.
Oh, yeah,
big,
how's-
big
how's she
ship.
doing?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
ass.
Just
And I could get these at cost, you say.
would you say that you have a way to preserve those fish for like an extended period of time so that they stay fresher longer?
Oh yeah, we've got a whole cool freezer down
Do
there.
you think that perhaps that might be implemented in the use case of butter?
How much is a freezer?
There we go.
Well, I mean,
How
it's
much
really
is to rent a freezer?
I can't.
very reasonable.
I don't have a hookup for a freezer. I do have a hookup for a guy with ice magic who will just stand there and cast like chill magic on
It's
your
not
butter all day.
Bev, is it?
Look, I'm trying to help him find a new gig. Did you hear what happened to the last time? Underwater
again?
dome.
Oh,
Underwater
Again?
dome. I tried refiling him from the back end. They still somehow sent him to water.
Anyway,
Poor kid.
we absolutely have a chill room in the boat. I'm not going to say how or why.
Probably for the best.
For the fish is why, and how would be you
course.
bought it for the fish?
Yes,
Definitely
exactly.
the
Yep.
fish.
That sounds legit.
It is
Yep.
definitely a thing that you bought.
For your wife's
sure.
incredibly legitimate fishing business that
Yep.
she runs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna save me a lot of money. Okay, this can work.
Anybody find it weird that you all got music boxes this time instead of a key to fit in the music boxes that you all already have?
Yeah.
I thought the old ones went bad. Don't they go bad?
They don't expire.
The keys?
The-
The
I thought they
boxes?
were like butter.
The-
Everything's like butter.
No, Devin. Just
Been really deep in the butter.
yeah. You got lost in the sauce, for lack of a
Yeah.
better word.
It was a really buttery sauce. I can see how it happened. It's not
Yeah.
clarified. Very
No.
murky.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not normal operating procedure from my knowledge of the vault. So I wasn't sure if you guys knew something that I didn't. 'Cause,
Should we open them one at a time? Are they gonna give us different messages?
Is there a
or-
lock on them?
They are all locked. They are the standard Golden Vault style box, which is these little, these little gold boxes that all have keyholes on them that, kind of magically, open and shut when you
I smashed
insert
it.
What?
The magical bit is when you throw it on the floor.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Brute force, baby.
Okay, so we didn't get keys. With these.
11.
No, you each got a box, but you did not get
Okay.
keys, which is weird. 11.
Yeah,
Groovy.
give it to me.
You take. Sorry, I'm having to do math earlier than usual. You you take 21 piercing damage
Whoa.
as the box shatters and explodes.
Ooh,
Gemma,
they're moving up. What?
I think you mean ow.
Gemma,
Yeah.
why? You just bored or something?
Living life on the edge, babe. I like it.
Thanks.
Stuart's gonna investigate the bits and pieces, see if there's anything unusual.
Give me an investigation check.
23.
23. Nothing inherently unusual. You didn't really look that deeply at your music box, I don't think. It's elven made. You suddenly realize.
And certainly not magical. I thought these were magical.
I mean, it feels like it might have been magical. Might not be now that it's smashed.
Can be smashed.
No
Can't
key
be
inside,
smashed.
though.
No key inside.
Smash that.
Oh.
Like.
Time for some mending?
Do you have mending?
I have mending. I start
Oh.
to, yeah. I'll
You can
start
also
to.
clean out your arteries.
Is that how mending?
I think that's how
I
mending
thought that was
works.
prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation,
Yeah.
Can
To clean
That's
things.
greater restoration, you nerds.
That works on arteries, really?
First aid yourself with mending. We would never need clerics.
Fireball fixes
Talking
everything.
cantrips
That's
here.
true.
Available cantrips to us are
Dancing lights.
dancing.
I'm gonna check my pockets.
Yeah, Dave. You see how Dave has kind of started patting his pockets, like
checking my
you know,
pocket.
whatever. Everybody starts doing the little check. As you are checking
I'll bet.
Sloane, you suddenly kind of feel Theo in your pocket. Sort of
Oh.
like, look out, and he's got a little key that he hands you.
Thanks, buddy.
Uh,
I will take the key. Put it
he-
in the lock.
He looks at it a little bit grumpily and then goes and curls it back in your pocket. You get the sense that maybe it interrupted his sleep
Oh, I'm sorry,
when it
buddy.
appeared.
Rude. Okay.
Great.
Shoving the key in the lock, twisting it.
As is tradition, it kind of like spins around. The top sort of like whirls open, and you hear everybody's least favorite voice. Greetings, operatives. The Golden Vault needs you to
Oh.
obtain the true names of 3 powerful denizens of the lower planes.
I'm sorry.
The Pit Fiend Camros, the Baelor Urtok, and the Marilith Hexalanthe.
Wait.
Their true names are known to an outlaw called the Stranger, who is being transported to Mechanus on an interplanar train called the Concordant Express. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you board the train, locate the Stranger, and acquire the true names from them.
God, I miss
Expect-
Priscilla.
To be contacted shortly by a quadrone named Glitch, a former train operative who now works for us. Good luck, operatives.
What were the 3 names again? I'm
Okay,
gonna
get
play
ready.
the
I'm going
message
to put my
one-
key in.
one more time.
Ready for the names? And
Here's yours. I think it works.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
You do all eventually find that somewhere in a pocket a key has apparated. They are all identical. You may all play them. The same message plays. It's the exact same recording. It is the Pit Fiend Camros, Kamyros, the Baelor Urtok, Errrtok, and the Marilith Hexalanthe, Hexalanthe.
Do that again. XA.
Hexalanthe.
What is Urtok?
Urtok is a Baelor. Balor.
We went to school in Texas.
And Hexalanthe is a what?
Marilith. These you would all have enough general knowledge to know that these are fiends from the hells. These are different types of fiends from the hells.
And an interesting robot type of creature named Glitch.
Yes.
Yes.
Quadron.
I thought, no, weren't those from the Abyss?
No.
I thought the hells were like more structured. Are those more structured? We're not dealing with the Abyss stuff. We're not really dealing with the really bad stuff, right? My brain is fuzzy.
Hells are structured
Yeah, hells are more structured. They follow rules.
in contracts.
Yeah, the Abyss is less so. It's just bad. Just all bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not going to the really, okay.
We're going to a not ideal place.
Yeah,
It's not
less than
good,
optimal.
Yeah.
Right.
but it could
It's
be
not,
worse.
It's not supreme for butter storage.
Unless you bring a freezer. A ship
But
with
a
a
Very
freezer.
powerful freezer.
Yeah. Can we bring a ship?
We could
We don't need to bring the butter.
travel with the cold device. It would be extremely dangerous, though,
Are
But,
we gonna be
especially
on
if
a-
we're going anywhere near fire.
We're going on a train. though.
but,
We need to find a train.
yeah, we're not going to those. So we're not going to those places. We're finding the guy who knows the people on the.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's
We're
being
finding the
transported.
guy who can get us on the train to find the guy who knows the thing.
So
So
it'll be safe to bring the cold storage device.
we're gonna go. Glitch is gonna come to us, I think, is what I heard, and then they're gonna tell us about the stranger. Although when you're talking about quadrones,
I can
What
tell
are the
you about
pro-
the stranger.
Everyone goes quiet.
It's a much better opportunity to just do it in character.
great, I loved it.
You see, Dave has listened to this message as you guys were listening to these notes, and he's gotten real quiet. Kind of sitting over in his corner. And he kind of looks at you and goes, the stranger is the outlaw that every organization wishes worked for them. He's wanted by everyone. He's been caught rarely. And he knows truly so many things that anyone would kill for. Like, say, the true names of a bunch of fiends.
How do you know him?
By reputation, I have fortunately never had to directly associate with him, and I would have liked to have kept it that way, but I'm not super thrilled about the Vault getting involved with him, and especially not sending all of you. No offense, but Stranger's the kind of guy that you send your most powerful top-level teams fully kitted out to look for.
Not us.
We've made it.
And again, I'm not trying to disparage what you all can do. You've done some pretty amazing things
They've heard
as
about
operatives.
my business.
But I would send a passel of heavily armored wizards after this guy.
You can do the wizard thing.
I can do half of a wizard thing.
Counterpoint. Stranger is not going to see a bunch of ding-dongs coming.
Maybe that's the play here. Because otherwise I can't think of why you all would be on the hook for this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm also a little concerned as to why the Vault is getting involved with fiendish politics. That seems a little more hands-on than what... Like, look, the whole shtick of the Vault, right, is we find things that have been stolen and we return them to their rightful place. You're stealing things to get them back where they should be. Stealing the true names of 3 denizens of the pits, those don't go anywhere good. I don't know if any of you have a lot of experience with true names, but I do. And that's the sort of stuff that you don't want getting out anywhere unless you're planning to use it.
There are the hells are known to like take people's souls, right? We're missing
Well, if you
people.
offer them,
Do they have to be offered?
it's contracts. You make
Yeah, but
deals
like,
with folks like Asmodeus.
there are many ways to make a contract.
If you learn the true name of a creature that doesn't want you to know it, they might make a deal with you, or they might just set every contract killer in their plane price on your head.
If they find out that we know. But if they don't know that we know their name.
But this is also probably why the vault wants us to do it.
But it's very easy to find out what people know.
That's debatable.
I don't think the stranger is one who gives up information willingly, because I would assume that part of the stranger's protection plan is having dirt on everyone.
I'm just saying it's not that hard to, pop into someone's head and be like, camel butter's so good.
How often do you pop into other people's heads and you suddenly hear inside your head Dave say, because I can tell you I spend a lot of time and it's harder than you think.
I've gotten...
You guys hear the first half of that, and then suddenly Dave is making eye contact and goes quiet.
back in his head, I've been getting the hang of it.
He nods at you.
I'm just taking a swing here, Dave. I'm going to recommend not spending a lot of time in Devin's head.
Oh, yeah, no.
Just
Probably not a smart idea.
not
He's written an entire musical about butter.
And Huey has performed.
Playing.
Bonus episode?
I am transmitting it now. I'm running you through the
Oh
screenplay.
my god.
Okay. So clearly, the vault wants us to get these names. I don't think it's smart that we get these names, but I don't think that means that we don't go on this mission. Because there are clearly things that we can get from the stranger that we all need. Maybe not you.
Such as?
You don't need anything, girl.
Taz is like, my life's peachy. I don't know what
Taz
your
like-
damage is.
I've
Your
got-
life is perfect unless you want to, like, maybe just get on a train and have fun.
I mean, there's going to be other stuff on the train.
Maybe.
I mean, the Concordant Express is often used. I don't know if any of you have ever traveled on the Concordant Express. It's a really lovely ride. It travels through planar jumping to get to its destinations. Passes through all of the various planes of existence, at least the ones that'll, allow it transit through. Often used to transport all kinds of interesting people and cargo and such like. Like, I'm just saying, like, I am not as an employee of the Golden Vault, I am not saying that this would be a great thing to, procure a massive amount of treasure from, but I am saying from previous experiences riding the Concordant Express, there is frequently a lot of treasure on it.
We got a lot of butter, but we need some cheddar.
That was good.
Thank you.
Camel cheese, anyone? Yeah, I didn't think so.
I haven't been getting the milk.
They make
That-
cheese out of everything.
Yeah.
Camel cheese can't be that bad.
It's kind of
They
nutty.
do it with sheep. They do it with goats.
Yeah. I'm sure it's fine.
I guarantee you they try it with
We
owl
haven't-
beer if they had the choice.
I mean,
the
I can
concept.
incorporate it. I'm open. I'm open to, yeah.
I'm sure there's someone out there that can make decent camel cheese. I don't know about every retailer.
Okay.
What?
Is it, so, I mean, it's probably better for us if we don't know why. I don't know.
This is the whole campaign.
I'm sorry.
This is the whole
I'm a little
module.
sorry.
It's
This is
butter
why I
for
was
us.
not worried about us not having map camp tonight.
Yep.
Sorry, what were you saying? I heard something else.
infecting everyone. I'm gonna have to make this into like the historic dancing plague. No one knows why it happened.
Yeah.
Everybody just started. I think that's what's happening at this table now. Is everybody's just slowly getting infected with a butter obsession virus.
I'm not inceptioning people. That's not happening here, I promise.
I just, I think that it would not be in our best interest to know why the Golden Vault is looking for the names of the
That being
fiends.
said, Priscilla was probably looking into some of this shit, and she's
Gone?
I
Vacationing?
I
Happily?
don't know that it's a good idea that we don't know why, if especially said fiendish folk find out. Now, why do I sound like Christopher Walken? Oh my God.
Part of the curse.
It's early morning. You just barely had coffee.
Fiendish folk find out.
Real quick, 500 bits from Duke Fleek to Thomas for the incidental.
Yeah, very nice. No, I don't think it's a good idea that we know the true names of these fiendish folk, and then they find out that we know, then they're gonna come after us. I don't know.
Maybe we should have fake names.
I think
We
that's a
should
great idea.
always have fake names.
I think that's a great idea.
Another 500 bits from Red Dead Coquette to Thomas, as is tradition.
But
Nice.
If I had known this is what I had to do to get y'all to pay us, I would have installed more puns earlier on. Great. So, fake names, fake identities, and then go try to get more information about the Concordant Express from Glitch, perhaps?
yeah, yeah.
Great.
Is Quadrant is from Mechanus, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Quadrone is from Mechanus. You would certainly know these things. Quadrones are from the robotic plane of Mechanus, where all robots come from.
Yeah.
Or heaven, as some call
Low
it.
key, I think that Sloane's like, you know how you have truck kids and you have dinosaur kids. Sloane was a Mechanus kid. Like Sloane knows everything about Mechanus.
I love
I've
that.
never been there nor met any being from there, but it's super cool. Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I absolutely love that. I was trying to get you things about Mechanus, and now my page won't load. Thanks, internet.
I'm trying to work on the this world's version of whatever the Transformers show would be that Sloan was definitely super into.
Yes.
I enjoy that immensely.
And it's GoBot's knockoff.
Yes. Mech-formers. Sometimes
what
it
I was
meets
getting.
the eye.
Mech wagons.
Neck formers sometimes only has one eye.
Yes, Mechanus. It is a plane of law and order. It is the realm of clockwork. And the entire plane and every cog and denizen within it, all themselves cogs in the mechanism of Mechanus as a plane, seem to be perpetually engaged in a calculation so vast and deep that no one understands its purpose or meaning, only that it must be solved. This is the home of Modrons and the various other drones, linguistics. Yeah, it's a very strange place. Not a lot of people get to visit it, but yeah, absolutely the sort of thing that you like rabbit hole obsessed on when you first started learning how to take apart mechanical objects and things, and being obsessed with that. So I love that vibe. Yeah. Great. I have too many tabs from D&D Beyond open because I have all these things so that when you ask questions about them, I can get to them quickly, but it means I can't find my adventure tab. Cool. You somewhere in the course of all of these various identical boxes that don't totally make sense, you guys find that there's like a little scrap of paper in each one. Again, everything's perfectly identical. That has a set of coordinates for where you can meet up with Glitch. It's they give it to you like, you know, coordinate style. Dave, possibly even Taz, probably Stuart, people who are like kind of have that general sense of like travel in the area can probably just look at these coordinates and be like, oh yeah, we're meeting him at like the bus stop outside, like over on the edge of town, right?
I know the fastest sewer to get there.
Yeah.
I need to take the streets. If we are going undercover, we need to go undercover.
What better under than under the street?
Under the street.
But I need a new outfit.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this Glitch is probably just going to wait for you until you get there, if he gets there before you. The vault is usually pretty good about allowing you buffer time because they know you got to go like grab your go bags. So I'm sure if you need to do some shopping and some pickups, you can head over there and he'll just.
Can I leave my food cart here?
Yeah, we can park it in the back. I'll bike lock it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an arcane bike lock, so don't try to grab it without checking with me because I'll have to dispel it. Just reminder. I don't want you.
The thing I'm picturing is a very standard, like, chariot-style wagon just full of butter.
Nailed it.
Okay, great. It's going to do great out back.
Yeah.
Do you want to take that to the ship now?
Yes.
Take to
Take it to the ship?
to the ship.
Okay. Yeah, and you're gonna because you need to get changed.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna change my name to Devin.
Okay.
I was also thinking about Devin.
Good name.
Devin with an I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin, not Devan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is one of you going to be Cornwall then?
I'm afraid we're all going to be Devin, and Devin.
No, one of us is Daryl.
Yeah. I was going to say, you could all be Devin. There's 6 vowels to choose from. There's only 5 of you,
That's
so
true.
you've got options.
Well,
But we can't repeat because if one of you goes as
Right.
Devin, then they might trace that back to me.
Well, no. Devin, Devin.
Mm.
Devin.
Yeah, I think
Just
those,
slap an E on the end, you know.
Oh.
Devin.
Yeah.
Divine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Devone.
The-
You
Divine.
can add a little H.
Great.
in
So,
there.
Okay.
don't get fancy with my name.
so you're going to
It's
go
actually
load
spelled
the
Gerald.
cart on Emma's ship. Great. Do you guys need me to pick anything up for you?
See, if I knew that, I wouldn't have given myself a mini heart attack this morning.
It was the butter.
How many IDs do we have at the shop?
Probably a lot.
Roll me 2d20.
Okay.
What you want? What you want to be?
Both 8s.
Both 8s. You have 16 fake ID identifications ready to go with full paperwork.
Great. Cute. I love that. I'll just pick 5 random ones. And then I'll hand them out when we get there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you guys need anything for me, or you want to just go grab your...
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Maybe
I'm gonna grab some of
you
those
don't
rolls.
know
It turned out
who
really-
we are.
Do you have any?
We've never gotten this job. We're definitely not finding the true name
It'd actually be really
of
hard.
anybody involved.
He's got a really
I'm
good. It's
convinced.
not gonna work on him.
I'm gonna do a light show with smoke behind Sloan. Just minor illusion.
And go.
I'm sure that'll definitely work.
Yeah. It would have worked better if the smoke and we all disappeared and ran away.
Oh,
It's like, we're
wait,
gone.
let's do it again. Ready? You don't know us at all. Ready? Ready to do it. Ready to do it. Okay. Hey, yeah. Poof.
Bunch of smoke fills the room. Everybody scurries off into corners.
I just stand there.
Yeah.
Like, this
Sound or
is why
image,
I do
it's-
the talking.
I mean, I'm rolling a cart, so I can't go too fast.
It's
You
an
guys-
image of smoke. It's like it's a painting of smoke. It's not
2-dimensional smoke.
Is it like
amazing.
a forged painting? Has Emma forged a painting of smoke?
It's an illusion.
Yeah. Everybody...
One of the corners just kind of.
Everybody disperses to go pick up their various stuff with the plans to reconvene then, I presume, at the bus stop where you will meet Glitch. As you are leaving, Gemma, before you go, Dave will sort of like catch your eye and give you the sort of like hang back for a second nod.
Walk.
Yeah. Following at the end of the line and then just don't quite.
You're gonna have to wait an extra second for Taz to scrabble up the walls and get back to the vent.
Yeah, once you hear the clink of the vent, like
You just
popping
hear the
back
screws
into-
going back in.
But everybody takes off. After everybody has dispersed, Dave shuts the door. You guys are still in that back room where you guys always have your meetings. And he sort of looks at you and goes, I might be in whatever book he's got.
Okay. Do you want me to keep it from him?
I don't know how he's keeping his information. I don't know where he got his information. I do know if the Vault is asking about true names, I'd really prefer to keep mine out of their hands.
Done.
Right.
Great. Anything else?
No, just wanted to give you a heads up. I feel like you know a thing or two about how names work, so you know what to look for.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, we can square up when you get back. Depending on how hard this is. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I bet it's actually
with the
Dave
butter.
in
Oh
sight.
god, I have so much butter. College
Right?
kids like butter, right?
They'll eat
Check with-
literally anything.
Yeah. Throw it at the cultists. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I'll bet the Thans love butter.
Oh.
Some cheese, some pasta.
Come back and the Red Wizards of Thay have all started an Italian restaurant instead.
I love that.
Camel garlic bread.
Yeah, there's a good red sauce pun in there somewhere.
Well, absolutely. Is anybody aside from just the blanket standard, like you go home and grab your various, the briefcase of holding, your thieves'
Give
tools
instructions to
kits,
the
like all those
urchins.
kinds of things. Does anyone want to make any specialty stops or requests before you head out?
I think I got everything I need on me.
Definitely grabbing all the papers, making sure that I have my armor, briefcase of holding. Do we have enough? We probably don't need healing potions.
I feel like you have received many in your pre-game kit and then have used very few. So
I'll go back and look at the
I have
previous episodes.
4
and
on
see.
me.
Oh, we're
I have
fine.
plenty.
yeah.
I've got two
Also, we have a
normies and
cleric.
biggie.
How much is the brim of flying?
Oh,
I will look
have
that
a
up at
rare-
the break. I have my list.
I have a rare item I need to figure out from last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can do that at the break. Which we will be approaching. I just figured I'd deal with business before we get into more stories. Great. Everybody gets their standard kit. If you want to, stop in and pick up some disguise clothing,
Heading back to the ship, I've got full identities
trunks
and
upon trunks of disguises and identities. You can grab some of a bunch of those fake IDs and papers. The butter cart gets stashed. Taz makes sure that all of her employees have instructions on who to let in or not let in and what answers to give if anyone shows up claiming to be from the IRS or something equivalent.
They all know they know nothing. They've seen nothing.
Yeah, no.
Did you want that to go or to stay?
Yeah, it's wild how stupid all of Taz's employees become the second a government official walks in the door.
So proud.
Yeah.
Your urchins can come for Taz. I know you don't.
No.
I'm just saying you're training them exactly like I would. Just saying.
Whoa.
Just
My
saying.
urchins have
Your urchin.
my urchins have an urchin advocate.
Your urchins are writing you threatening letters, and you're telling them that they shouldn't put their names on it. They should be anonymous.
Yeah.
You're teaching them so good.
Oh, thanks. They're just having fun,
They're kids.
And soon they'll blackmail government officials.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
With the beginnings of a beautiful future business syndicate in the works, with all the children you're variously raising into a life of crime, I think, while it is a little early, I think this is a good point narratively for us to take a break. So everybody at home, please stick around. We will be back as quickly as we can after we refill some beverages and take care of our personal needs. Stand up, stretch. We encourage you to do the same. Stick around. We'll be back shortly. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Quests and Chaos. We are in the midst of episode 1, or episode 26, the first part of our Affair on the Concordant Express module for Keys from the Golden Vault. This is the level 9 module. We have assembled our team to go on a train heist. That's not actually a train heist. It's a mind heist. Because this book hates me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could also just heist the train.
We totally can.
They're probably going to also just heist the train. The team has been assembled and has been asked by their mysterious employer, the Golden Vault, to board the Concordant Express, an interplanar traveling train upon which they will find an outlaw known as the Stranger. The Stranger apparently is in possession of the true names of 3 fiendish denizens of the Hells, and the Golden Vault would like them to procure those true names. Everyone is decidedly not thrilled with this assignment. It seems a little weird. But that said, everyone has made their preparations. We have many disguises and false identities that have been gathered. The butter cart has been safely stowed away in the cold room on Stuart's wife's totally legitimate fishing boat that is 100% not a pirate ship. And everyone is now making their way to the other side of town, to a bus stop, where they are purportedly going to meet Glitch, a quadrone from the plane of Mechanus. Are you guys all meeting up to travel there together, or are you just using that as the meeting point?
I think as the meeting point, because we broke off.
Yep.
I would
And
try.
Taz is in the sewers. So.
Yeah, you'll find Taz eventually.
Not if Taz finds you first.
Taz already found you.
I would try to get there pretty early with the documents in hand, and I'm just waiting for people to arrive. Very excited.
Amazing. Sorry, I have to... For all of my tabs, there was still one I needed.
Checking for short rest timing.
Yes, you would have time. Wow, you and Dave were busy in that class.
Oh my god.
Way to say goodbye.
That was what the fade to the black was. It's fine.
Very tastefully done.
Yes.
Stuart arrives.
Just do it.
What? Shh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, I know you have your own secret identities. But I really like this one. I think it's very suave, very debonair. And Sloan hands you a set of papers. On the top, it says Sean Conaway. As you look through the papers, he seems to be a quote-unquote travel blogger of some kind. He is has several contracts with alcohol companies.
Yeah.
And is, according to the Verunian equivalent of a passport, is very well traveled.
Well, howdy do. This is quite the identity, and I've been working on my accent all the way over. Sean Connery.
Conaway.
Sean Connery. Here I am.
Oh, that's a
No special specialty points because it wasn't Ren, but congratulations, Christy. That's the first spit take we've gotten in 2025. I think possibly for all of 2024 also. Do you need a napkin?
Paper towel.
Yeah.
You could get that. I'm certainly sorry about that.
We knew it was gonna be a Stuart something.
I'm sorry, Christy.
I think I'm just waiting
Not
across
sorry.
the. I think I'm just waiting across the street because you told me I couldn't go at the same time as you, and I'm just like looking like.
You watching this
come
conversation?
on, oh, good unknown person.
Why are you talking like that?
What do you mean? Oh, stop like that.
Okay, Devin. I've got one for you.
Okay.
And it's very exciting, and it's not too distant from your name. So we were talking about how we'd all be Devin.
Yes.
You're gonna be the only Devin. You are, but not Devin.
No,
you are.
No. Yeah, it's 'cause this is a secret identity, sort of.
Okay.
Okay.
You are Baron Devonnet Belfleur.
How much of that do I have to remember?
Devonnet.
Devonay.
Baron
Devonay.
Devonnet Belfleur.
Ugh.
Perfect. Excellent. I'll hand you the papers.
Okay.
Okay, so you are a baron of a
Baron?
small barony.
Devonay.
Yeah,
Ugh.
exactly. And say it just like that.
Okay.
And then you gotta get mad at people when they say it wrong. That's really important.
How mad do I have to be?
You don't have to say anything. You just look at them disappointed.
Oh,
Like this.
Oh, like when someone doesn't buy a butter stick.
Yes, exactly like that. When someone doesn't buy a butter stick and you get sad and disappointed, but with your head up like this and look down at down your nose. Yeah. A little chin down. Chin down, just slightly. Yeah. That's a little scared. We'll work on it. Don't worry about it. We'll work on it. Okay.
Gemma and Taz arrive at the same time. Gemma overland and Taz popping up out of a sewer grate.
Oh, both of you. Okay, great. Who wants to go first?
Oh my.
Sure. What's
Okay.
happening?
I'm giving you a secret identity.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
What is my secret identity?
Okay, so you got kind of a snappy name, Taz, right? So I made it.
Uh-huh.
I made it easier. Well, not easier, but basically the same.
Taz is pretty easy.
Yeah, for sure. And Sloan will hand you the paperwork for one Bex McKenzie, who is an Underdark lacrosse star. Very, very popular. There's even a quickly made illusory portrait of you in lacrosse gear. It looks pretty hastily made. And you're number 13.
Oh, perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like courtroom speed sketch style.
Yeah,
where it's
exactly.
Like it's definitely you, but like
Up and coming
Yeah.
Underdark lacrosse star.
How did you know about their passion for lacrosse?
I have eyes and ears everywhere.
Terrifying. Enjoy this portrait. Slightly derivative, but very, very well done.
Yeah.
For we've been apart for like what, 20 minutes?
Yes.
Like an hour and a
Okay.
half.
You orphans work fast.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Do they?
Okay, Gemma, you ready?
Forging fine art. I
Hit
see.
me.
All right. I know we worked on this one a little bit together, but I went a little wild.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You are. Garnet, Emerald, Sapphire, Peridot, Goldstone.
Can you say all of that again?
Sure. There was an Emily in there just thrown in for fun, but I can take it out.
No, I love it.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
Garnet, Emerald, Sapphire, Peridot, Emily, Goldstone.
I assume the third.
Oh, that was good. I wish I would have thought of that. Oh my god. Of course, you know the gist. You're a gem heiress, and you're very hooty tooty snooty.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't get why Dave didn't think we were the right people for this job. I'm just saying. that you put so much work into this.
Thanks. I've had these lying around for a while. I've just been looking for an excuse to dust them off.
Aging them.
Yes. Oh yeah. You gotta like there's a guy who went around and got all, those are real stamps on that passport. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Why are you talking like that?
So no one knows it's me.
I know it's.
I'm sorry. What was your last name again?
Conaway.
As you all finish distributing your fake identities.
Wait, what's your big
Oh
identity?
yeah. Let's start with you.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. I am.
Oh good.
I am Fox Firestone. I am an up-and-coming star kart racer.
Nice.
A
Yeah.
butter cart racer?
Well, that's my secret. I use butter to grease the wheels.
Oh, that
Yeah.
cannot be regulation.
It's not. That's for sure. That's for damn sure.
But the smell that generates as the friction builds up
Yeah. Just
sells
spreads.
butter.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I'm sponsored by Baron Devonay Balfleur's butter. You're the butter baron. you're the butter baron, Baron Balfleur.
Thank you for joining us for the Golden Ball. That's the end of the show. I can never top this. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We're having fun, yeah?
You distribute everyone's secret identities, various accents you've tried. You're sticking around for a bit, discovering your newfound passions for lacrosse and your old found passions for butter, and
I'm feeling dizzy. You sure it's not the gummies in your drink?
No, they've made a nice layer on the top that's really.
I told you all stop doing cocaine before the show. It hits at the wrong time.
Gummies. Let's say that.
I'm sorry. Stop doing pixie sticks before the show. As
The
you
unofficial
all,
sponsor of our snack time.
as you all are standing around, you've finished passing around various items that you have procured for one another, like these passports and things. And Taz, who can see everything,
Yes.
including through walls,
Yes.
you are the first one who notices, as you're all killing her, that sitting on the bench at the bus stop is this little. It looks almost like a cardboard box. Is sitting there, as though someone has left this box closed up. Just sitting on the bench.
She will go ahead and use proper drop pickup procedures to casually walk past and pilfer said box.
You go to pick it up, and as you put your hand on it, suddenly 2 wings sprout out of it. Just okay, and its eyes open from the front, and it blinks a little bit and looks up at you, and you just hear, "Oh goodness, I am so sorry. I think I was supposed to be active already. My apologies." And 2 little arms sprout out of the sides, and 2 little legs kind of telescope out of the bottom, and this little cube stands up, and just sort of hands on its sides, hips. It doesn't have hips. It's a box.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just kind of looks at you all and goes, "Oh, hello. Are you waiting for the bus?
We certainly are.
Wonderful.
We're waiting for a train.
Oh, excellent. Which train are you waiting for? I hope it is the one that I am waiting for, too.
I believe it is.
Would that be The Concordant Express?
Yeah,
Very good.
I will clap with it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a very mechanical sort of clap as it kind of blinks again at you and goes, "Excellent. Then I imagine all of you must be my contacts. I am Glitch. That is not my real name, but that is the name that is most easy to pronounce in common."
Hi,
Oh,
Glitch.
please tell me.
Oh, would you like to? You suddenly hear this just like very strange, like squealing crunch of gears emanating from it. But as you can tell, that is very difficult for humanoid mouths to pronounce.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, hi, I'm Sean Conaway.
Hello, Mr. Conaway. It is Mr. Yes?
Yeah, indeed.
Wonderful.
Looks to you to confirm. Yeah, what is it? Am I? Yep, that's it.
But
Esquire.
this is our. They know who we are. We don't want it. Do we not want them to know who we are? No,
I don't think
because
they-
he told us how. And I try to make a screeching sound that mimics.
No, I do understand that you are all operating under one might call alternate identities. This is perfectly acceptable, and I understand standard procedure for operatives of your skill and talent.
skill and talent.
Okay.
Would you all like to introduce yourselves?
I am Baron Devaney Belfleur.
Wonderful. Welcome, Baron.
I'm so sorry.
No. Hi, I'm Bex.
Hello, Bex. Would you prefer to be Bex or Ms. Bex or Mix Bex?
Just Bex.
Wonderful. Hello, Bex.
It's like meeting one of your heroes. Isn't it?
I'm very excited. I'm
It's
sorry.
like 3 foot tall box with like little spindly legs and arms.
Hi, Glitch. My name is Fox Firestone.
Hello, Mix Firestone. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Garnet, Emerald, Sapphire, Peridot, Emily, Goldstone.
Hello, Garnet, Emerald, Sapphire, Peridot, Emily, Goldstone.
The whole thing, please.
Of course. It is very important to address people in the manner in which they wish to be addressed. Perhaps we could take a walk in this field and discuss further how I can assist you in your approach to the Concordant Express.
Let's go.
That sounds excellent. Yeah.
This little quadrone starts spindling its way toward this field that is kind of behind there's like a little bit of a gentle hill behind this bus stop, and kind of like leads you up over the crest and kind of to the back side of this gentle slope. You realize essentially kind of moving you guys away from the main road where you're a little bit more out of sight from general traffic that might be passing by. Once you have made your way over here, Glitch turns around and sort of motions for you all to kind of circle up a little bit, and then goes, "Excellent, wonderful. Thank you for participating in this ruse to get away from potential prying eyes so that I can provide you with more information about the Concordant Express. I used to be employed there as a hospitality drone. However, conflicting directives from my superiors caused a glitch in my matrix, which has given me free will, and I do not wish to return to my former life of indentured servitude."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thankfully, the Golden Vault has very kindly offered to employ my services as a computing machine and also to help provide directives to operatives. Because you are traveling on the train for which I used to work, I have unique information which may be of assistance to you. Excuse me, this may be uncomfortable, but it is the fastest way for me to do this. You see, they sort of suddenly their mouth, which has been kind of moving like a mouth would, suddenly takes on this like hard rectangular shape, and you hear the sounds of like and a piece of paper prints itself out of their mouth. That has this sort of like rough sketch, like blueprint looking drawing. Pull it out. If anyone has ever seen cartoon hell, you're picturing exactly the right thing. And takes this like blueprint piece of paper and offers it out to you with both hands.
I know who wants it. Oh, well.
Yeah. Just like,
Yeah. Okay.
This is an old blueprint of the Concordant Express. It's not 100% up to date, but it should be relatively close. In general, the Concordant Express has 6 cars per train, but sometimes as many as 7 or 8, depending on where they are traveling to and what they are transporting. This blueprint shows you roughly the layout. There is always an engine in the front and a caboose that doubles as a ticket-taking station in the back. The cars in between will vary from train to train based on final destination. I understand that you will be looking for the stranger.
Yes.
Excellent. We will be boarding you onto the Concordant Express with a jail car. You see, the stranger has recently been arrested for his crimes and is being transported to Mechanus to stand trial. I believe the intention of the Golden Vault is for you to intercept the stranger while he is in transit before he reaches his final destination and is outside the bounds of both access and law and order as we know it on this plane.
I mean, are we, this isn't a jailbreak, is it?
I have not been told the term jailbreak, but how you choose to operate and procure the information requested by the Vault is up to you.
Would the vault be opposed to us releasing him?
I unfortunately have not been made privy to that information. I am simply here to tell you about the stranger and his history, or the train and its history, and to provide you with your tickets for onboarding.
Okay.
What do we want to know?
train history.
Do you know where the jail?
How about it?
Nope.
Take it.
Do you know where the jail car is in the grand scheme of things?
It varies from train to train depending on how many prisoners are present and how high value they are considered to be. I imagine with someone as high profile as the stranger on board, it is possible that the car could be anywhere and may be disguised to look like a different car.
Along those lines, are there any unique security measures used on this train?
The entire train is staffed by fellow quadrons, modrons, and tritrons from the plane of Mechanus. There will be patrols on the exterior of the train to prevent train jumpers from attempting to hitch between the planes without a proper ticket, as well as interior security measures which vary from car to car.
Okay.
Any particular cars we should keep an eye out for?
The planetarium and aquarium are very unique if they happen to be upon the train which you will be visiting. The passenger car is very comfortable if you need a place to plot and scheme for whatever your plan of action is. The abacus car is of particular interest if you are fascinated by the realm of Mechanus and would like to know more about our eternal calculations. You may also encounter the temple car or the cargo car, which are what they say on the tin. I believe that is the expression, yes?
Yeah.
Is there any restrictions on who can enter the jail car?
I would assume it is only the assigned guards.
Okay.
Do you know how they interact with the system to get in and out?
The Modronic guards are all keyed to the train and the ticketing system to detect anyone who does not have a properly punched ticket and perform regular routine patrols on a timer. The jail car would be staffed by you would say humanoid guards, I believe, would be staffed by humanoid guards, not Modrons. Our programming is not encompassing of all the possible decisions that might have to be made in the event of an attempted jailbreak or other such circumstances. We do not do well with split-second decisions and moral gray areas.
That could go either way.
How did you get free will again?
2 of my superiors gave me conflicting commands at the same time, and it created a glitch in my programming matrix that allowed me to experience free will.
Should keep that one unlocked.
Yeah.
Who were your superiors?
Two Pentadrone superiors.
That makes a lot of sense.
Indeed. I am curious to know what part of their programming caused them to give conflicting directives, but not interested enough to go back to a life of inane servitude on a train. Perhaps someday I will find out.
I'll ask him if I see him.
That would be very kind of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wonder what information you could give us about the stranger himself. What does he look like? How will we know who he is? What does he wear? How tall is he? Sorry, that's a lot of questions. Okay, yeah, go.
Oh, yes, I can give you my pre-programmed information, which was provided to me by the Golden Vault. The interplanar outlaw known as the Stranger had humble origins. The Stranger was born into a slum and orphaned as an infant. Early on, they used a knack for magic to masquerade as a lost noble scion and earn patronage as a spellcasting student. Inevitably, their ruse was discovered, but they slipped away and re-emerged at another academy in another city under another identity. Throughout their life and career, they have perpetuated many crimes, including the theft of a book that holds the true names of many demons, devils, and Yugoloths. When they attempted to flee, a ward caused the book to disappear, but the Stranger had memorized the contents. The Stranger then set off across the multiverse to make deals with various fiends and other planar entities in exchange for keeping their true names secret, and for many years has been considered to be uncatchable. However, recently, the Stranger fled to the material plane to take refuge in the city-state of Ekharan Sankar, which you may have heard of if you have ever visited the Radiant Citadel. If you have not, it is beautiful, and I recommend you vacation there someday. The Stranger underestimated the vigilance of their celestial oversight and was caught impersonating an angel. When he refused to divulge any information, an enforcer from that city was tasked to deliver him to the city of Mechanus for trial. And this is why he is now aboard the Concordant Express. I should clarify, I know nothing of this Stranger's personage, their appearance, their identity. I am not even sure if he is the correct identification. However, that is what most people default to. Grammar is difficult in Common. I am sorry. I speak much better in Celestial.
Oh. That's good to know.
And how would you say it in Celestial?
A musical sound of heavenly choirs and bells emerges from the Modron, roughly repeating that exact thing.
No, you cleared up a lot. Thank you.
Wow. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So we don't know what the stranger looks like. That's not gonna be very helpful. And sometimes the train car, that is the jail car, is Sorry, Theo wants to say hello. Sometimes the train car that is the jail car is disguised.
Yes, I have seen before that they will cast illusory wards to make it appear to be another car in order to draw suspicion away from anyone who might wish to, as I said, commit a jailbreak or otherwise engage in nefarious business aboard the train.
Does that include when folks are passing through? And does that include the humanoid guards?
I am unsure about the humanoid guards, although I would imagine they might use illusory magic. I have not been on the Concordant Express since my free will was activated, so most of my memories are engaged within my programming and are not as reliable as they could be. I am sorry.
All right.
Do you know if there are supposed to be any other prisoners on this particular trip?
Hold, please. Eyes go like big, full open, mouth closes, and you hear a little like do 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 do.
Because I was imagining the router boot up.
Oh no!
Google
It's
the internet
straight up
video.
very tinny hold music. For a few moments as they're apparently trying to access some piece of information.
This is nice music.
After a few minutes, the music stops. They kind of blink a little bit. Mouth reappears, and Glitch goes, "It is my understanding that there may be other prisoners, but I do not have an exact number. I am sorry."
That's fine. As long as we know there might be multiple people in jail and not just one guy, so we are going to kind of have to figure out who it is. I assume it's going to be the guy brooding in the corner and everybody else huddled on the other side.
In past instances, from what I vaguely recollect of my previous programming, if the jail car is on board the Concordant Express, it is because there is more than one prisoner. In the event of only one prisoner, they generally shackle them to a guard and put them in a private car of the passenger car.
Okay, good to know.
Is there anything you think we might need to know that we haven't asked?
How do we uncable the car?
Do be aware that while I will shift you to the location of the next most convenient pickup in order to get you onto the train, you will not be able to teleport in or out of the train once you have boarded. This is a protective ward to make sure that no one eats themselves into space without warning. I believe.
Teleport within the car.
I am unsure.
Okay.
I have never tried myself. The train is fueled by treasure of specific gold value. I do not know why I felt the need to inform you of this, but it seemed like it would be information that folks
Okay.
like you might find useful in the
Yep.
event that you need to speed up or slow down the train.
What route is this train taking? Like, what planes are we going to be passing through?
I believe that this train will be passing through at various random intervals Acheron, Elysium, Mount Celestia, the Nine Hells, Pandemonium, Ysgard, the Astral Sea, and the Material Plane.
Okay. Are you okay over there, Baron?
Is that where your camel guy is?
The Baron speaks when the Baron wishes to speak. The Baron Seems like he doesn't wish to speak.
So the astral sea will just
So the way that the travel on the train works, unlike on the material plane where you are on a traditional linear track and go from place to place, the Concordant Express experiences an advanced form of what those spellcasters among you might understand as the plane shift spell. It allows it to travel from stop to stop via jumping through the planes. The order is often randomized based on where there is an available area in which to appear and disappear. The train moves very quickly, much like a material train would, and is constantly in a state of motion. It is simply traveling through dimensional space instead of along a linear track.
Very good.
and if one was to be outside the train, they could yeet themselves into that.
It is considered possible and also very dangerous, which is why guards patrol the exterior of the train for people attempting to jump on or remove themselves without proper authorization.
It's purely academic.
Of course, an excellent question to ask in the event that you need to make a quick escape from the train.
Very good. Very good. I'm sure we will need to make a quick escape.
Do they have camels in that?
Probably.
You should also be aware that because of the rapidly shifting nature of the plane jumping, there are sometimes extraneous effects that will be enacted upon both passengers inside or hitchhikers outside of the train. It depends on what plane you are in, and I do not know how to explain them as I have never experienced them, being that I am mechanical.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, we might just discover a shift in accent or something that happens. Because you never know what's going to happen when you go to a plane. Just...
I am also told that occasionally snakes are let loose on the train.
What?
But why?
I do not know.
What do you know about this?
I think it is what your kind call a meme. Snakes on a train.
But why?
But do they bite?
I do not know.
Okay.
Again, I am mechanical and do not experience the negative effects of a snake bite.
Wow, mother trucking snakes on a plane. Train.
Technically, they are also on planes as we are in interplanar travel.
Snakes on planes.
There are snakes on this plane.
Yeah. Well, a glitch. Are you the one that's been recording our messages?
From the vault?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I would do them with much better articulation. I know my intonation is still somewhat mechanical due to the limitations of my Vox server. However, whoever is doing that needs to be fired, in my humble opinion.
I agree. Oh my god, can we get you to be that guy person?
I do not believe I have gender or pronouns, but I am happy to respond to whatever works for you.
Yeah, is there a survey after this?
For customer service? Yes. Would you like my Yelp? And you see a QR code appears on the...
Taking my sending stone. Filling out all 10s. Everything is a 10. All
Also
of it.
taking a selfie.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that makes sense.
you know, Glitch, if you ever find yourself with something with nothing to do, I would love to chat with you about Mechanus and, just generally you. You're very cool.
Oh, that is very kind of you. I have rarely had anyone interested in my inner workings aside from my actual mechanical inner workings, which I will admit are fascinating, but very difficult to explain if you do not know about Mechanus and the great calculation which we must all carry on in the name of our God. Sorry.
Yeah.
Old programming.
Yeah. If you want some, if you want some help with that, I could maybe help.
You see the equivalent of like an eye twitch for a second, and then Glitch kind of like shakes again and goes, I would love to speak to you about calculations if that is something of interest to you. Most humanoids are not very interested in mathematics.
Yeah. It's a little theoretical, you know.
Yes.
Not something you could touch. Well, you're something that you could touch that's mathematical. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk math.
With consent.
Oh, yeah, of course. Assumed.
No, I very much appreciate that, but let's be real. I am basically a highly advanced calculator at heart.
With a heart.
Ha 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 ha! You have made a joke. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Is there anything more we need to ask Glitch? Or I feel like I've thoroughly embarrassed myself now. I think we can go.
Do you have our tickets?
I can only focus on you embarrassing
Yes.
yourself.
Again,
Think of
I
any-
apologize. This may be slightly disturbing. You see, he goes into printer mode again and just shoots out 5 tickets.
Oh, I would have forgotten about that.
These are real, genuine tickets for the Concordant Express. Thanks to your introductions, I have put them under your current assumed names.
Fantastic.
They are good for boarding within the next 24 hours, and I can assist you in reaching the next stop if you do not have other means of transport.
Yes,
Huh,
please.
yeah. Are we like far from the train station?
Oh,
I don't know.
they
where
will
we
be
are.
picking up in the Outlands, which is one of the outer planes.
Oh, yeah. No.
Hmm.
Transport would be amazing.
I understand that some people like to use their own plane shifts as it reduces the feelings of general nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset
Upset
stomach,
stomach,
and other things
diarrhea.
that I will not say in polite company.
I ate so much
That should be
butter.
a song.
It is very catchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you could do hand motions with it, you know?
Oh, I love that. That is what the youths do on the Talk Ticks, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's favorite mechanical application.
Shall we go?
Yes, please.
We're ready when you are, Glitch.
Amazing. One moment, and you see Glitch kind of like reaches like they don't have a stomach because they're just a cube, but like under their mouth, further down on their cubeness, and like sort of like manipulates something on this exterior. You can see like while they look like a cardboard box in a lot of ways, it is clearly like a machine. They are metallic and whatever. It's just got like almost like a veneer on it to make them look a little more innocuous. But they suddenly like open up this section, and you suddenly see inside is this glowing like golden amulet looking thing with a gemstone set in the center of it. I have to look real quick.
Get closer.
Taz, you definitely know what one of these is. Gemma, I think probably everybody except Devin knows what this is. Sorry.
I could roll for it.
You can roll for it if you want. Go ahead and give me
Curse
an
dice.
intelligence check.
2. It's
Two.
not gonna.
Devin should know what this is, weirdly, actually, but doesn't. Everybody else, you guys recognize this very quickly. This is an amulet of the plains. It is a very rare, very expensive magical item that allows you to plane shift.
Look at that funny amulet.
Everyone is honestly quite baffled that Devin doesn't know what this is because it seems like the only thing that he would want to get his hands on if he did.
Some guy tried to sell me one of those the other day.
What?
Those are what?
They try to sell it to the Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? Yep. That makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
The Butter Baron Balfour.
I just became the
Yeah, you are the Butterberry Bellflower. And been in your family for generations.
You just added new.
Generations.
I wasn't ready for.
Butterberry Bellflower.
Is this change? Is
No, you're the
changing-
Butterberry.
I feel like that's
a lot
just a nickname.
to absorb?
really.
Hey, you already sell
Like
butter.
Belfour bought a bit of better butter.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Do we touch that? And is that what happens?
We will all hold hands, and then I will activate the spell. You are comfortable with holding hands, yes? I find it is the most efficient way to cast the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. We're doing it.
It's very buttery. Careful.
Yeah, it's really kind of greasy over here. I don't.
You all hold hands. Glitch takes the two loose hands that are available in these little, like, kind of like pincer like hands that, these like spindly little mechanical, and suddenly there is just a like whoosh swirl of magic and everything. This isn't a laundry game. Everybody roll to see if you throw up. Con saves.
Oh, I'm getting used to it. 18.
19.
Fine.
Save.
Sorry. 18, you're fine. You said
13.
13, you're a little queasy, but you hold it in.
19.
19, you're fine.
10.
Dad, you feel it all the way, but you hold it back.
12.
12. You're a little better than Taz, but not much.
I wasn't sure if it was the greasy
It,
texture
honestly,
or if
it
it
might have
was
been the butter.
movement. Yeah.
Like
Wow.
you've teleported and plane shifted before.
Yeah.
You think it's the butter.
It might be the
That was a very dense breakfast that you all had.
It was somehow both very dense and also very light and fluffy croissants.
Mm-hmm.
It lets you fit in more.
You find yourselves now standing in another field, but this one just like very beautiful, picturesque, like the most just like Studio Ghibli, like slightly waving grass, blue sky, fluffy clouds, little wildflowers and things. You could almost hear like, beautiful, gentle background music playing. You're not sure if that's actually happening or if it's just that this is so calming and lovely that it feels like it should be. And then you can see kind of off in the distance there's this like massive like spire of rock far off in your field of view that disappears up into the clouds. Glitch looks around and goes, "Excellent, the train should be here soon," and just like sits down on the grass by fully retracting its legs into its little body, just like plopping down its cube. Reaches in, like opens some sort of like compartment or something in its body and pulls out a deck of, if you've ever seen these thin metal playing cards, basically, and starts, and it looks around and goes, "If you would like to play, we can play Go Fish. Otherwise, I like to engage in solitaire to keep my gears sharp."
I'll play Goldfish.
Starts dealing out a game of Go Fish.
Just hand you a bracelet.
Oh, it's that time again.
Taz hands you guys both your watches. Sorry, force of habit. Force of habit.
It's not actually the watch, it's Prisoner 13's bracelet that she gave me. I just like put it back on. Like,
I'm sorry.
you don't want that.
I don't. I didn't mean to take it. It just happened.
That's
you know.
okay. It's fine. It's fine.
That was a very clever cover for your picking of pockets, doing it during the interdimensional travel. You must be incredibly skilled.
You know, it's really just like a force of habit. It's second nature to me at this point to just walk past someone and, oh God, that's their wallet.
I mean, if it's just
Hands
sitting
it back to you. Sorry.
My buttery
That was just
wallet
an
is
example.
still
If it's
it's
just
still here.
sitting
You
there.
didn't touch it.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I couldn't actually get that out of your pocket. It just kept sliding back down. You've outdone me, I'll admit it.
You have a little bit of a wait here, where you can chat amongst yourselves, play some cards with Glitch, if you ask, Glitch will in their strangely stilted mechanical voice will attempt to tell you stories about the plane of Mechanus. They have not spent a lot of time there because they were employed on the train. And there's a lot of gaps in their knowledge and memory because of this weird glitch that has caused them to be what they are. But they will tell you the saga of the Great Modron March, for those of you who do not know about it, which is a real weird event that happens every... I have to find the thing. Where is it? The Great Modron March is an event that happens once every 289 years, in which all of the Modrons, from wherever they are, march to a central location in Mechanus. Nobody knows why this happens, and nobody knows why it is every 289 years. This is one of the great mysteries of the universe.
When was the last one?
That is a great question. I don't think we ever established what year this game is taking place in. I'm going to say that since everything else in the world of Faerun happens in the year 1492, I'm going to say it is not that year
Okay,
in our game.
That's fine. I just
And
wanted to know.
that the Great Modron March is not happening this year.
Great.
Aw.
288.
I don't wanna commit my-
one.
I was like, I don't want to
better than
commit myself
9.
too hard to something without looking up a lot of lore, but
Damn, it should have been here on a Wednesday.
So mad still.
you're so close.
Wednesday matinee.
We'll save that for at the after dark. We can scream about it. You guys sit here. It's, you spend some time. You don't really necessarily have a gauge for how long passes. Also, you're in a totally different plane, so, like, it might not even matter. But after a little bit of time here, you suddenly see that Glitch kind of stops and like, starts looking around and then points off into the distance, and you see, in the direction that they point, this column of smoke rising from over the horizon. And Glitch goes, aha! Aha! It's coming! It's coming! You will be able to board soon. Do you have your tickets?
Do we see where there's like an actual place to get on? Or is it we're just in
You're
a
just in
field?
a field.
Yeah, I'm getting behind Glitch.
Oh, the Concordant Express is.
I mean, Glitch, do you need to hide or anything?
Oh, no. I will simply see you aboard and then return to whence I came. I have been told that you all have an acquaintance named Dave with a lovely establishment where I can spend some time.
Indeed.
He probably has the good oil. So.
Dangerous oil.
And safety oil.
That is excellent. Is dangerous oil OSHA compliant?
Everything is OSHA compliant at every establishment under the Black Rose Tavern name.
That is excellent to know. I will file that away in my records.
Great.
Y'all didn't know that your disinformation campaign was going to be vastly helped by the glitchy motor.
Everything is OSHA compliant.
That's
at
true.
every
That's true. We don't skimp on safety
No,
in
we
tasks.
believe in safety.
You guys see this column of smoke is coming closer and cresting over the hill in just the most beautifully picturesque anime way is this beautiful, massive, like golden train that is shimmering with the magic of the plains. Just this like gentle ripple of stardust and rainbows that reflect its peculiar nature as a transport vessel that travels via plane shift, essentially. And you can see as it's coming down, it is hovering above the ground, and something like spectral tracks are like laying out a few feet in front of it as it approaches. And you see them sort of descending down to meet the ground, or maybe just above this grass, as it is making a trajectory that looks like it's going to just pull up maybe like just a few feet from where you are in the flat area of this field. Glitch sort of looks and like gives their little clap. Yes, excellent! Right on time! The Concordant Express is always on time. You have your tickets under your correct assumed names?
Yeah.
Yep, yep, everything looks great.
You spelled it wrong.
I am so sorry. Would you like me to print you a new one?
It's probably a good idea.
May I? Trades you, puts this one back in the mouth, and you get the shredder sound.
Well, are there doors?
The train will pause briefly to allow boarding. You will board through the caboose. Please show your tickets to the Modron in the caboose to gain access. This will be where I say farewell. So travel safely.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Glitch.
Glitch.
Bye.
Thank you.
You see the train slides up in front of you and pulls up until the caboose, the final car of the train, is basically like right even with where you all are standing. The train does that, like, you know, you can even hear those sounds. It doesn't need them, clearly. It is part of the effect, though.
Like the
That is-
Tesla, where
yeah.
it has like the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fake noises.
Yeah, but you get the sort of like you know, and that settling sound of it kind of coming to a stop. The smoke continues, and you see on this caboose the like very backmost door slides open, and you hear a very mechanical, all aboard the Concorde Express for Mechanus, Concordant Express for Mechanus, making stops at, and starts listing off just a bunch of random different planes.
Are there doors?
What kind of a question is that? Are there
the doors?
doors?
No. No,
There isn't even a track. I think it's a valid question.
Well, I thought the train was here and we were just standing in front of it. I didn't realize it was still way over there.
Anything we need to clear up before we get on this train?
I think it's better if we don't clear anything up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we should.
You agree?
I think we should just go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't confused about anything, so I considered it cleaned up. But
I'm on the train.
yeah.
Yep. Getting on the train.
Great. You all go to get on the train. I have to look. We'll talk about my feelings about this on the after dark. Anyway, you see standing on the or like as you enter this back kind of caboose / boarding section of the train, you see, I have to find the right car. You see there is a duodrone that is kind of standing in this caboose area. A duodrone is like two cubes on top of each other, connected with a little like gear waist. Also has two like spindly mechanical arms and two spindly mechanical legs, similar to what Glitch had. Again, big like Google looking eyes, weird little mouth, bunch of little like slots where you can see probably open up into like various compartments and such for mechanical things. As you are climbing on, you see this duodrone has a wrench in its hand, which it tucks into some compartment of its body and then pulls out a little like conductor's looking cap situation, or like a little, you know, with the like Concordant Express logo on it, and pops it on, and then one of its hands sort of like contorts and twists and becomes like a punching mechanism, which it holds out to you.
It's a conductor.
So it just goes, tickets, please, tickets, please, tickets, please. All of your tickets are punched. It then kind of steps aside and like motions its hand. Welcome to the Concordant Express. Please enjoy your stay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
It then repeats that in like 18 other languages.
I respond to the ones I know.
First car, let's what is the caboose?
The last part.
It's the butt.
What's the caboose look like?
What does the caboose look like?
What's the caboose?
What's the caboose?
Cheryl's
bus.
just like running and explain. There's doors. What caboose is.
So it's been at sea so long that it's been a while since he's seen a train.
I thought he was in a coma.
In a coma.
Yeah, that
There was
too.
no trains in the coma.
Only
There was
explosions.
And butter.
Camels?
And flying.
Flying. Flying.
Yes.
Exploding,
Flying on a stick of butter.
flying, exploding butter.
Exploding butter's an option.
That's a quick way to get rid of it.
So in the caboose, these are I will have better maps for you next time we convene once I have assembled the actual order of the train cars. That's gonna be some fun dice rolling that I will do later. But your train cars are about 20 feet wide, and this one is mathing. This one is 35 feet long. There is a little like platform on the back. You know, think the little standard like there's a little bit of platform and it's got the little railings where you could theoretically like stand out there and like watch the scenery or whatever. Looking ahead, there's the door you came in on the back. There's another door that goes straight through. Again, your classic like you move between the cars by just passing through over like the couplings and whatever. You can see as the train's building up, it looks like there are little landings on a lot of the cars kind of in between, so there is clearly like intentional passage for you to get from car to car through this means. There's not a whole lot in the caboose. You see that there is like a couple of like lockers that are tucked up against the one side. Yeah, that's basically it. It's mostly an empty space. You can see little like scuffs and remnants on the walls of floors that this is probably sometimes used as like a staging area, maybe for some of the like modrons that man the train. After the duodrone that punches your tickets, he looks at you and nods, takes his little cap off, sticks it back into the cavity, pulls the wrench back out, goes over to one of the lockers, opens it up, and pulls on like a little like kind of like coverall apron thing that looks like it's got pockets that also have various other tools and things, and then proceeds through the door into the next car.
Does it leave the locker open?
It does.
Gotta go look in the locker.
You peek inside. You see a tool belt and another little like engineer's cap, kind of like the one that he pulled out of his like bodily cavity storage location, and some real gross looking overalls.
No, we need like an
Just like, you know,
overseer
train
disguise.
grease and dirt, not like funky, but like workman's overalls.
If any of those tools look like they might be useful in making this one train multiple tiny trains.
It does seem like there are the types of tools that you might use to, say, theoretically uncouple cars from each other.
And now they're in Taz's bag.
And then suddenly the tool belt is gone.
Yeah, weird.
Can I take the hat?
Absolutely you can.
Okay, I take the hat.
You grab the
Conductor's hat.
conductor's hat, you grab the tool belt. I'm
taking the overalls.
real quick. You
They
grab
look really cute in those
The-
overalls.
Thank you.
Even if they are grubby.
I know.
yeah. You grab the overalls, and then you hear behind you a like whirring and clicking, and you turn and you see 3 upside down pyramids with one eye and one mouth on each side. Again, it's so convenient that I have all these dice so that I can just be like, yeah, you know, they're all shaped like this. There's one eye and one mouth on each side. It's got 6 legs. It's got 3 arms. Again, one on each face. These arms are holding spears. And these 3, and they go, unlawful, unlawful, please return, unlawful, please
I put
return.
the hat back.
Do you have any of these in the gift shop?
Yeah, I take out Theo. I really want to get a little hat for him.
all of the eyes blink at like different speeds as it is trying processing. Unlawful action has occurred. Please restate inquiry.
Gift shop.
Hat?
Blinking. Unlawful acquisition. All the
Speak to
spirits
representative.
Point. Give me a luck check.
What do you want? 20?
Yeah, 20. We'll just
Can I use the help action?
we'll high-low it.
17.
Ooh, nice.
17. Speak to a representative. All of the eyes blink, and then suddenly you hit a like, hello, you have reached Help Services for the Concordant Express. To speak to a representative, say 1. To receive instructions for your ticketing procedures, say 2. To inquire about stops through our interplanar travel, say 3. For other inquiries, say 4.
2.
3.
One.
There are 3 of these. One of them connects you to 1, one of them connects you to 2, one of them connects you to, and there is a cacophony of multiple pre-recorded speeches. One of them is the spiel that is giving you like this train's planned itinerary with a lot of caveats about how the planned itinerary is subject to change in the event of solar storms, revolutionary upheaval, etc.
Stolen overalls.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
One of them starts giving you some other like pre-recorded like rundown of like general train information. The third one, you just finally get what sounds like the less automated version of a like representative available. What is your query?
Is there a gift shop and can I get a tiny hat for my snake?
There's like a little buzz spin, then like tiny hats, and you get the AI generated Google search of all of the locations throughout the plains where you can purchase tiny hats.
Tiny engineer's hats.
Respins. You start getting a list of shops that specialize in tiny engineer hats throughout the plains.
Okay.
All of these things do still have their spears pointed at you because
yes.
only one
While
of the
all
items
of this
has
is
been
happening.
yeah.
Yes.
Cross-reference with oh shoot, I had a thought and then I lost it. Cross-reference with tiny engineer overalls.
Respins spits you out a condensed list.
Cross-reference with all stops on this current trajectory.
Respins gives you the same list, but now is synced up to the one that is giving the like planned stops with all the caveats about all the things that could cause changes in the itinerary.
Print, please.
One of them starts blinking. You guys have put your stuff back in the locker. Are you gonna slip
Yes, I'll
tools
put
back?
the stuff
Okay,
back.
just checking. Great.
I
As
don't
soon
need
as
to start this off that bad.
as soon as everything goes back in the locker, you see like perfectly in sync, like all of the like cacophonous noise cuts off, spears go back up, and all of these things basically like fold in on themselves and shunk back into like secret wall portals that they had emerged from.
Secret portal.
Portals. Okay, good to know.
It
was a great test.
Yeah, totally. Test stomps
Did you get
off
your
to the next
printout?
car.
Did I get my printout?
They did not give you a printout. They do not have printing capacity. They are security drones, unfortunately.
I'm just gonna yell into the train car. Speak to a representative.
You hear hold music playing through the entire train car.
Damn it.
Yes,
Yes, Sean, did you have something to say?
Well, I mean, I was going to say, Bex, I've got a backpack full of interesting things that you can use for doing things.
No, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of stuff too, but you never know. You know, specialty tools on location. They can do you a lot of good.
As Taz or Bex leads the way, stomping towards the next train car, I think this is an excellent time for us to end our episode before I need more maps, mostly.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for.
Oh, I have one question.
Oh, yeah.
Looking into the next car, do we think we know what it might be?
You think you might, and I will tell you at the top of next week's episode because I have to go to roll some dice about it to borrow Sam Tillis's phrase.
It's jail.
I think. Never mind.
No,
A gift shop?
you know.
A jail disguised as a gift shop.
Oh,
A gift
or
shop.
a gift shop disguised as a jail.
You know, it's funny because the patrons, when they voted on which cars somebody did specifically ask which cars had bathrooms. And I told them, was not expecting to need plan for bathroom, was not expecting to need a gift shop.
Well,
That's
it could be in
like
the
the
same train car.
Possibly.
Was there a gift shop in the first?
There was a gift shop at the
Okay.
museum. That
Yeah.
was an actual
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think I got a
There might have been a
scarf from there.
There may have been a faux gift shop at the casino as well. I don't remember. It might have just been you guys being chaotic.
There were
Anyway,
definitely-
I'm going to do the outro as though this is a normal episode, but everyone who's watching should stick around because we are, right after that, going to take like a little fake pause so that we can cut the YouTube videos later, and then we're going to go straight into the After Dark for everyone. Normally this is something we reserve for our patrons, but tonight we're sharing it with all of you, mostly because we did not feel like setting up the tech to do the Switch, just to be perfectly transparent. But thank you all for joining us for this return to Keys from the Golden Vault. We haven't played this in so long, and now we're going to hurtle on a trajectory of spectral train tracks towards a finale and finally finish out this book. We're so glad to have you all along. Upcoming, coming back this Saturday, there will be more Great Dane Society playing Call of Cthulhu. Maybe
Is
not
that-
this
not
Saturday.
this Saturday.
Not this
This one?
Saturday. Next Saturday. GDS will be back soon. Check the Discord. Our schedules are unfortunately just a little funky, but they will be back through most of May after this weekend. And then sometime thereafter, as we get into summer and schedules are happening and we have a lot of in-demand working actors and folks like that, there's going to be some special programming. I've heard that there's going to be some Arkham Horror. There might be some one-shots. So please stick around, stay tuned. We'll let you know what that is once we kind of get all the schedules worked out. And you can always join our Discord for the most up-to-date info as soon as we know it. And of course, on Mondays, we will be back here with Golden Vault next week and going through, I think, till the end of June is how it has mathed out as we finish out this very weird book. Many of the members of QNC also stream elsewhere, so keep an eye out. We will always let you know in our stream promos, whatever that channel is called.
Self-promotion.
Self-promotion. So if you want to see us doing other things, playing other games, or sometimes building Legos, or even playing video games, check us out. We're always around. And if you could help support us this week, whatever week you're watching or listening to this, by leaving a comment on one of your favorite episodes or considering joining our Patreon. It's not required, but it's always appreciated. We are still pushing towards our 10K subscriber goal on YouTube. So if you've got a friend who likes TTRPGs and other nerd content, please encourage them to come subscribe. But most of all, more than anything, thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining us. Good night, friends.
Bye. Double
Double
biddle.
Don't fiddle. That one lost to Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I'm
amazing.
glad you enjoyed that.
It's very good. Hello, friends. Welcome to the After Dark. We're a little loosey goosey. Sean Connery.
Anyway, we'll have to get that clipped.
Yeah,
I really didn't think
yeah, we got to.
Stewart could get any more.
I was gonna say you
right
gotta-
up my laugh alley,
you-
but he did.
Laugh alley.
You've got to put our stuff
Oh,
back
should we
on
buy cards?
available so I can clip it the day
Yes.
after.
Do our bits roll over or no?
Bits do not roll over cards.
Should we buy cards?
Yes, we should buy
Wanna buy
cards.
Buy
Three
cards.
cards, it looks like?
4,
Follow
5,
Two.
4.
It's 2 per card,
Two,
right?
Yeah.
2 bits per card.
One,
You-
two,
Three.
three.
I think you can get 3. Great.
Oh, this is the jam one.
That was really good.
I intentionally generally avoid.
I caught my thumb on it.
Alright,
Dang, that was
Nori.
gonna be so cool.
Unlike Ezra, who specifically aims for
Cups.
cups, I do not. I generally try to avoid cups. That one was just like
just
the
enjoyed-
trajectory was
It
unfortunate.
made such a
that we
satisfying sound.
It
Yeah.
did. And the sploot.
Yeah, it was such a perfect arc that I'm like, well, if that's
I'm
gonna
so
be
sorry.
my
Between the two of us, we really
The fact also that we got
Yeah.
a spit tape.
table over
We got the
here.
cup and the spit tape today.
Yes.
we
Very good.
haven't played this in a long time, and I can tell because we were all like, I knew it was going to be a little bit of like loopy and figuring out how to do things again, but
Yeah.
like that was wild. All right,
I love this game though because I feel like it's silly and fun and serious at moments. Yeah. I think it's a good mix.
Oh, I want this. I'm taking this one. I'm
Oh.
this one's-
What's
it's a short rest.
Scarlet
yeah.
Minotaur?
that's very
Bonus time.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got Nimue Chaos.
I'll trade you.
Okay.
This is like one of my favorites.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. They can go to the
I'll trade you a sphere of rest for a bonus time.
for a bonus time.
I have lots of bonus actions because I can do all my cunning actions.
Oh, that's
as bonus
true. I should look at what I do.
Oh, yeah, if you're a rogue. you
What do I
actually
do?
Yeah, because you guys got
Oh,
yeah, you guys
sorry.
got some roguey shit
Yeah.
going on. Anyway, how was that being back, everybody?
I miss this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's a rootin' tootin' good time.
It is.
Even when I think I know what to expect, there's always something that is slightly outside of my expectations for what you guys are going to latch onto, and it is always a delight.
What was that today?
Gift card.
Butter.
Butter. I was not expecting butter to be that much of a thing. I like. This wasn't necessarily like unexpected in an oh god way. It was just a fun. I loved the flavor of Sloane being a Mechanus girly.
Yeah.
As a kid, like that's very cute.
Yeah.
Oh god, there was another one that like got me real hard, and I don't remember what it was.
Your
now.
your identities.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Secret identity.
Yeah, the ideas were very good, and the fact that everybody just immediately was like, "No, you just make up something ridiculous. Let's just see what happens."
I spent about 2 seconds being like, I can. No.
No, somebody else do
You
the
got
work.
this.
Yeah.
You got
Got
this.
it. I got it.
No,
That was so much fun.
My brain in the beginning went to one of those daytime shows, soap operas. Like I almost I was like, I'm in a coma, and then I almost started to be like, but my twin brother. Instead, I was just like, I'm in a coma.
No, I love it.
I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, I would love to know about the evil twin brother. who's
Yeah.
Probably the doctor keeping you asleep.
Oh my god.
We want to talk about what I was doing when I was a kid, watching soaps.
I think that's the side quest, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
one shot, just Stewart side quest.
Yeah.
Stuart,
Going
I'll play Stuart and his evil twin brother at the same
Wait,
time.
what's his evil twin brother's name?
Sean.
It is Sean.
That's canon now.
Con Shonnelly.
Yeah,
Stuart's last name is Shaunery.
Right.
Stuart Shaunery.
Sean Shaunery.
Your parents hated you.
Sean
I think they just
Shaunery.
hated Sean.
Stuart Shaunery.
It's
So he's the
Cian.
evil brother.
It's pronounced Cian.
Oh my god.
People would understand it if you let me pick my last name of Bean.
Bean Bean.
That is actually very funny if you that your brother insists on being pronounced Cian, and everyone's just like, "That's what? No, that's not a
Except he spells it S-H-A-W-N.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. In one of my home game worlds, some recurring NPCs, there are twins whose names are the same because their parents were not expecting there to be twins, so they named the son, and then they also had a bonus daughter. So it's Henry Theodore and Henrietta Theodosia are the twins. They are nightmares.
They're beautiful.
Cheryl has had to deal with them on so many occasions.
I love it.
One's a werewolf.
Technically, they're both werewolves now.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Hedda came late to
technically,
werewolf.
why would you use?
Hedda got bit by a werewolf and got infected with lycanthropy during the course of the campaign. So originally it was just Hank was born a werewolf and Hedda was just his having to be responsible twin
Still my
sister.
favorite moment
And
in any game.
But why? Technically,
I feel like technically you're not a werewolf until you've turned.
We've never seen her transform. That's the
Yeah.
technically. I don't think we ever saw her transform. Anyway, this is
No,
a whole
in the
side.
big beach battle.
Oh, that's right. When she had
battle.
to, we had
As you
twin
have.
v twin one-on-one battle.
And then
where-
I showed up as a big wolf too.
Yeah. Everybody was a wolf in that battle except for the people
I
who
did
were
not have
ravens.
lycanthropy.
You were just like, I'm feeling
Chad
left
turned
out.
me into a wolf with T-Rex stats.
All you had to say was Chad.
It was a giant wolf using Terry. Anyway, if you want to know what kind of chaos happens when you play at my non-streamed tables, that's the bullshit. But yeah, Gold Vault. This module is very fun, but it also pisses me off because it's a train heist where you're not actually heisting the train.
anything, yeah.
But I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. I'm delighted that Taz immediately was like, you know what's on trains? Shit you can steal.
Anything.
Like-
Are there people? There is money.
Yeah.
We're done.
We can take it.
And I believe it's powered by gold. So
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it sounded
I
like to me.
believe the exact phraseology was.
Please.
No, I wrote it down exactly.
Mhm.
So
God
when we
damn
get
it.
there and discover
Was-
it's really like
I gotta find it. Train is fueled by treasure of a specific gold value.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Glitch. Glitch is perfect.
Yes.
no disagreement.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
we didn't. It could be 1 gold. We don't know what the specific
A
gold
specific
value.
gold value. We don't
That
know.
would be economic.
Gold value does not mean gold, it means value.
Yeah.
It could
Well,
be anything up there.
I was gonna
Could be
say that
jazz.
means that you can put anything in there that it has a gold value.
But I feel like everything has a gold
Yeah,
value. So
you
like
can-
if we get up there and we're like, oh, it's
I mean,
coal.
You can't
Yeah.
put a person in there.
like, yeah.
I mean, you
That'd be awesome.
can, but it's probably not going to move the train.
Please let it be cold.
This black substance is treasure.
Does the smoke look like coal smoke?
It looked like beautiful, billowing, perfect white. We've elected the new Pope smoke.
Not coal.
Yeah, no, not coal. The purest coal you ever did see.
I'm imagining
And
the
up from the ground
scene
came
from
bubbling
Spirited Away
crude.
where No Face is on the bus. Is it a bus? Is it a train? It's a train, isn't it?
It's a train.
It's a train, yeah.
Train.
That's what I was imagining.
But one of the cars could be a bus. We don't know yet.
That's true. One of the any
one
of
of
the
them
cars
could
could
be
be
a plane.
anything. Yeah.
Some cars are buses, some buses
A
are
plane on
cars.
a plane? That's crazy.
That sounds like the beginning of a children's book.
It sounds like a bean one.
Train
Yeah.
planeception.
Yeah, trains, planes, and butter
Automobiles.
carts.
Yeah.
Oh, the note I wrote down for myself in the
Oh,
beginning
yes.
about your children writing threatening notes. Is, there's one kid, his name is Harold, and he always writes his threats in a purple crayon.
I love it. Yes.
He was gonna stand up there and be like, "You'll always know which ones are mine." Purple crayon.
I
it's
got
like
you,
some
Harold.
really obscene, violent.
I love
like,
your
oh,
notes.
That's
I love
the
your
worst
notes,
one.
Harold.
He writes the most messed up
I send them
ones.
back. I send them back, correcting their grammar. Oh my god, I'm doing my real life job in a game.
Don't do that.
Raising orphans?
Yes, that is what I do for real.
Teaching orphans crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
valuable life skill.
How do I get that job? I'm gonna be job hunting here soon. How do I get
It's not really a job, it's a passion.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like they get like a pretty balanced, like you've got that end of it. I've got the like, okay, here's how you deal with the fae.
Yeah.
Fill them full of butter.
We haven't delved into that as much as I thought we were going to, honestly, at the beginning of things, of how much like Gemma has the like Sloan has the underworld connections and Gemma has the otherworld
Otherworld.
connections.
Yes.
It's
Platonic
probably gonna come up
co-parents.
more- Yeah. It's definitely probably going to come up more in these last few modules just because of the nature of what they are. Yeah, it's also things that we made jokes about early on that I didn't think were going to become plot points have now hysterically become major plot points.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Very specifically, like Cheryl and I have been joking about how Gemma's gonna try to jump Dave's bone since like before we started.
Absolutely.
Like that came up in like module 1, and now we have finally gotten to the point where it's like, oh no, this is now actually like plot relevant. So
Please-
that's funny.
Please have Steel rebrand as Anonymous. so we know. Like,
Maybe it is still an acronym.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I keep threatening that we could do some high level, like I can create some like higher level continuations after we finish the book. Maybe one of them is everybody infiltrating Steel headquarters to try to like rescue the Anonymous kids that they've tried to recruit or something.
Oh no, I just love to find out that it was those
It
kids
was
all
them.
along.
They're kind of a like Newsies style gang.
Oh my god.
One of the truest failings of me as a DM is that I clearly forgot when I rough skim read the entire book before I started. I fully forgot about Steel. They don't show up as like a legit thing until this module, and I was like, bitch, if I remembered Steel was here, I would have been seeding them in the whole time. I
Yeah.
invented an entirely separate gang that's not in the book for you guys. I didn't even need to. Plunder and Power is not actually in the book, but I'm like, there's no way that, like, Prisoner 13 is clearly pulling strings on things outside of prison. Like, that is in the module. So it's like, she's obviously got her own fucking gang.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
give it a name and make it cool as shit.
And it was Steel the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I get
It's a shell
a
corp.
literal James Bond villain in the level 9 module.
Well, thank God we got
James
James
Bond?
Bames John.
Name's John. I'm John.
Bames
yeah.
John.
Scene Beanery.
Babes.
God.
Just thinking
Oh.
about Pete being the front for the.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes, same.
Petey was another one that I like made up off the cuff very quickly early on and did not expect to be like a recurring character. If anybody has watched Dungeon Meshi, Petey is Chilchuck.
Yeah.
Like, spoilers, Petey's Chilchuck.
I love it.
Look, if we didn't know that mayor pig had a job to
You absolutely would have adopted the mayor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
10,000%.
Yeah.
We could have adopted
Uh-oh.
the boot.
The boot has been adopted. The boot just
Did the
prefers to
do,
stay
I was
there.
gonna say, I don't
Yeah.
think the boot would have left.
Foreshadowing of the boot.
The boot would have done much worse things.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, get on YouTube and go watch all of these because they're very good. And then leave comments on all of them because they're very good.
Asking, where's the boot? Until
Yeah.
you find the episode that has the
I was
boot.
saying-
The same as the pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
I talk about a lot of the stuff that I have changed or adapted in the After Darks, but if you're not a patron and you're curious about stuff that has either I have actively chosen to change and adapt, or stuff that I have had to adapt on the fly because of these wacky folks, please hop in our Discord. I am chronically online, and if you go into our Golden Vault channel and ask questions, I am happy to answer them. Speaking of questions, if anybody in the chat has specific questions that you'd like to ask, I do have it open and can see things, and I'm happy to bring them up to folks. I definitely thought I wrote down something earlier about a thing that I hate that I was gonna yell about. And I can't find where I put my note.
You did do that.
Yeah, no, because I remember being like, I'm gonna talk about it in the After Dark.
You did say you were going to talk about rolling train cars.
Yes, rolling train cars. I don't remember how much of this I said at the beginning. I know I said it to a bunch of you guys before we started. our patrons fell into a classic WotC trap, which is that there are 6 randomized cars, of which you're supposed to pick or roll for 3. The 3 cars with the most interesting things happening in them are... That's not true. Two of the cars that have the most interesting things happening in them have the most boring sounding names. And the 3 cars with the most interesting sounding names that are like, oh, what's that? Are not as interesting as you think they are. So,
So you name one gift card train, and we're all gonna go right to it.
and that is why, so like, there's a funny little bit of confluence, because Cal and I are in a game that runs on Wednesdays as a cyberpunk game that is playing over on Ren's channel, twitch.tv/FanALostOne, and we had a whole train heist situation. It wasn't even a heist, it was a train situation though, and our whole shtick was we got to the train and there was an extra car that wasn't supposed to be on the train. And so I left because I was originally like, great, there's supposed to be 6 cars on the train, and I was like, nope, there's gonna be more cars on this train because there's one car that didn't get voted for that I need to have on the train, at least as an option. And then there's some stuff inside of the train cars that I think I'm gonna reconfigure. That's a thing that's probably gonna happen. But also, now that you guys are fixated on a gift shop, I feel like I need to just insert a gift shop into one of these cars.
Perfect.
Which will give you a thing. The other thing, in the way the module is written, the jail car is the next car after the caboose. You get on the caboose, there's the engine of the caboose. The jail car is the very next one. And I went, if I do that to this table, we're never going to see any other car. They're going to immediately, this is going to be an episode and a half long. We're going to be done by 8 p.m. next week because they're just going to be like, there it is, let's go. Punch their way in, get what they need, and be done. Because you guys are lovely and efficient. This is not pejorative. This is just like, that's the way you guys play. And so I was like, okay, we're going to change that. So I am going to randomize more, or at least curate a little better the order of the train cars for you guys. The other thing that I added that's not in the module is the idea that the jail car gets disguised as another car, because I think that inherently forces you guys to have to like investigate the train a little bit to try to find where it is. It will not be that hard to identify, to be fair, once you get to it. But the idea of like, it's not just immediately like, oh look, a train where you clearly have like a coal car or a treasure car, whatever is the fuel, and like a passenger car and a cargo car and a big car that's covered in bars and guards and everything that is very clearly the jail. Like,
And then the gift shop.
and then the gift shop, yeah, and then the gift shop car.
Which is actually the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be like, oh, this is obviously the one. We're like, that's what you want us to think. Yeah, we're gonna, nah.
We're really in Buttertown. I don't know what
We're
is
in
gonna
Buttertown with the
happen.
Butter Baron.
Yeah. I did just write Baron Butter in my notes, and I was just going to obstinately only call you that. But then I did write down. You did say Belfleur.
Butter bought a bit of better butter, but he said this butter's better from Camels. I don't know. I was trying to redo it on the fly, and then I was like, I can barely remember this tongue twister in the normal terms. I can't
We can
change it
workshop it.
as we go. We'll workshop it.
Betty Butter bought a
Yeah. Oh, Duke Fleek, I do like that suggestion. It's an interplanar train, so the order of the cars could change at random. That's fun. I could just blueprints this and just.
Yeah.
I can't wait to turn into bubbles.
Is there going to be a train where we all get really long fingers? Upsetting.
That's very upsetting.
There are a bunch of effects that happen depending on which plane you're in and whether you're inside or outside of the train. There are various effects that happen. I could also just roll at a wild magic table
Hell
and
yeah.
just like
Bring it on.
spice things up. I have an alternate wild magic table that is not the published one that I sometimes like to use too, because then nobody knows what it is because it's slightly different. So we can get funky with it
Hell
within the confines of having 2 episodes to resolve this. But yeah. Any questions from you guys about anything?
What are we supposed to be doing? What?
Why are we here?
What's happening?
I
Got lost at gift shop.
Gift shop?
Gift shop. That's all
Where's
I
the
know.
bathroom?
Bathroom is in the passenger car. That I can tell you. There's a bathroom in the passenger car.
We need to know that.
Ooh, there might be a dining car.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
I got a Is there an observation car? Can we just go look at the stars?
That's the planar car. Planar tar. Planar tar.
Planetarium.
Planetarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an
no,
aquarium.
Can we replace the swamp,
No.
the cave water with melted butter, melted
We
camel
can add
butter?
that.
You could
in
add
there.
melted butter
Yeah.
to
We
the
just have
thermos and then
melted-
just have unlimited melted
We got
butter.
so many things. in
butter did you bring with you?
No, I didn't bring with me. This is for future episodes. But
Oh my god.
Oh,
If you
no,
guys-
that's your episode of what? Well, okay, speaking of future
the
episodes.
Butter Society or whatever this game is called.
Oh, is that the spin-off series?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to announce it. We will be doing a spin-off series.
Golden Butter
it's
Vault.
The it's called the Golden Butter. It will just be Nick and Thomas making butter puns for 2 hours. at a
Weirdly,
time.
We could
highest
only
revenue
like
show this
5
whole
episodes.
Yeah,
channel
no,
produce.
makes our ad revenue every time.
Every time.
Speaking of
Yes.
future episodes, is Devin gonna get out of the train on the?
I'm not. I think he's dumb enough that he will.
Okay,
Oh.
I think it's the wrong decision
that is
for
the
him.
Astral Sea,
But
right?
he's an idiot, so I think he'll do it.
Yeah, for those of you who don't remember, Devin
Like a
was
Scrooge McDuck.
trapped for alone for many eons of
No, just about
indeterminate-
50 years.
Yeah, about 50 years. In the
Yeah,
Astral Sea, that is how he met Hyacinth originally. Was in the
Wait, no,
Astral Sea.
70 years? Anyhow, sorry.
Somewhere in there. I don't remember. I'd have to go look at my notes.
More than
That's cute. Like I have notes about things. But yeah, so he has spent this entire campaign looking for ways to possibly get back to the Astral Sea. But but what about your burgeoning camel butter empire?
Huh.
I don't know. Choices will have to be made.
Well, more than that, I mean, it's the this is definitely he's got a grass is always greener attitude where he got trapped in the Astral Sea and he's like, oh, I want to go back to where I'm so alone out here. I want to go back. And then he got here and he's like, I'm completely alone here now. I want to go back. And now he has like he actually has people. And is he stupid enough to be like, I'm gonna go back now? Oh, I'm alone again. Like
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely.
the butter cart, Devin.
that's
Importing camel milk across plains?
milk. I don't know if I'm big enough for milk. That's
Oh, wait, sorry.
that's
What?
the high rollers, not a humble butcher shop
Hold on.
assistant.
So what are you? Are you?
I have a real job.
Are you making the butter?
No, I'm importing the butter.
From Hamid from two episodes.
He hasn't
ago.
thought this through. He's
Was
not.
like a potter.
He's got a cousin.
And it's
got a
like,
cousin.
so
Ahmed?
the butter, you salt the butter, you make the butter, you salt the butter, it travels better. The milk, would that make it? Or I don't have the infrastructure for
I'm
that.
going insane. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown.
Milk definitely wouldn't make
And on that note, before my best friend leaks brain fluid out her ears,
It's happening.
I think we're gonna call it for this evening. Thank you all for joining us as we return to the Golden Vault. Thank you all for sticking around for this incredibly unhinged After Dark. Don't worry, it only gets worse from here. Please hop in our Discord and ask us questions. If you have questions about things, please recommend us to your friends, your family, your enemies, your doctor. I don't care. Just tell people about us. Follow us on all of the places. And as always, thank you for being with us. We will see you all next time. Good night.